Okay, so it's very interesting because we had an air quality alert last week
towards the end of the week.
Towards the end of the week, there was apparently a software glitch in cell phone and the cell phone weather, like Apple's iPhone.
Yeah, I see it right now. It's reading as, hold on, I just pulled up my mail like an idiot. It's got a 244 air quality index of 244, which is better than yesterday at about this time, but it's classified in the category of very unhealthy.
Yeah. So
whatever that means.
So if you went to our go-to, I had never been to this website before, really ever paid attention to it, but airnow.gov became a big deal around here when the Canadian wildfires.
Yes.
All of a sudden, we were paying all of this attention. Now, on my, I am looking here at air quality in Marcy, and it shows that it is normal, moderate, 50. Yet there are other. You can go to other sites, other sources, if you will, and it shows a real peak where it's in the red, very, very bad. But here it's showing we're pretty good, although there's a moderate. It's yellow as opposed to green. So I think this is a glitch all over again. Now I logged in on my phone.
Yeah.
And to this same website, airgov.com, and a problem repeatedly occurred is what I'm starting to get now.
That's
actually now it's popping up, and let's see what we got. Because it did show red. Now it's showing red here. Look at this.
This is the same website only on your phone?
This is the same website, but on my phone, it's showing this red.
And it's in a concentrated area. Like how
it is.
How big of an area is that map there?
Utica.
So it's
really right around
the city that is the red.
Well, not really. It's Utica. If you head up north, if you go to the south, it covers Rome, and it shows when you click on it. I'm telling you, I think this is a problem with cell phones, and it says this is unhealthy. The air quality is unhealthy. But now, as I go here on my computer, it says same website, same location. It says we're at 52, which is moderate. All right. So I think this is a glitch. And it is funny, though, because I'm like, yeah, I did see a little bit of a haze coming in. And then you said, I smelled something a little weird last night. And I wonder if there's any truth to that, if that's just your head
first let me look at
messing with you.
First, let me look to see if the Utica Fire Department had a fire in my area. That might have been. Let's see.
That is possible. Anyway, at the end of the day, I think this air quality alert thing is a glitch, and I don't think that it's. Oh, wait a minute.
Now it's
the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Oh, there's red there.
I got red here. What does this mean?
Oh, you zoomed it way in.
I'm trying.
I'll tell you. You know what else went up in flames yesterday was Green Bay's season. Boy, they were just.
We'll talk a little bit about. All
brutal.
of a sudden there's a red spot, and where is it? Coldbrook, Hinckley, Norway. Yeah, this is really weird. I don't know what to think about this.
Well, Ray has limited emails, so I don't know.
When I'm zooming out of this map right now, so I'm going downward. It does show Utica in this red zone right now. So it shows a yellow moderate, and then there's Utica in a red danger zone. What is going on why would our air quality be
so poor? I don't know.
Poor. And why was this a problem the other day out of nowhere, and we were told that it was a glitch? Right?
The government's lying to us.
So we got to find somebody to talk to, and we will here this morning. Football. That fumble that you said, it looked like the Green Bay recovered it. I thought he recovered it. He's on the ground. He's got the ball clearly clutched in his arms.
Yeah, when he's down and has the ball,
he's
it's over.
Down. That should be over.
You can't rip the ball out of his hand when the play's dead.
And that's exactly what they ended up doing. I think that was a bad call, personally. Davey, big game for the Buffalo Bills. I got to tell you, what's the former Jets coach that
Rex Ryan.
Rex Ryan,
Yeah.
big mouthed Rex Ryan on ESPN.
He's making personnel decisions before he even hits the
he's on this Bills game. He's like, listen, take the over. There's no way you can lose. Take the over. Yeah, nobody expected. He said because Josh Allen is gonna really he's gonna score, and he did. But nobody expected the Bills' defense to completely shut down.
Yeah.
Completely shut down Denver.
And what does that do for your hopes against a team like the Ravens? It's got to, at least make you feel moderately good.
The Bills have scored over 30 points in the last 5 or 6 games.
Right. But they got to shut down Derrick Henry.
Let me tell you something. This is not the same Bills offense, and specifically not the same Bills defense as the beginning of the season when they played Baltimore first.
Right.
Here's my frustration is I feel like, getting back to Green Bay's woes, and, they had, the Eagles were the better team, and I think I didn't anticipate that we were going to win that game. But I'm just getting really frustrated with Matt LaFleur's play calling, where you have Joe Barry, who is an excellent offensive coordinator, who gets creative with things. It's just Green Bay's offense is watching. It's so one-dimensional. It's like boring. It's like, of course, they're just going to run it up the middle or whatever.
Well, the problem with stuff like that is
stagnation.
Is when listen, the Bills were running really well.
They were doing whatever they wanted.
Denver, yes. So, but you take a game, believe me, we've been there, when the play calling we're questioning the play calling. Why? Because it's not working. And
you got to adjust.
And my point, though, is that when it's working, the guy's a genius. When it's not working, you begin to question him. I guess that's what I'm saying. Anyway, and Syracuse had I would call that an important win. It's a game they should have won, and they did win.
Yeah.
They certainly were not they didn't look like some offensive powerhouse by any means, and my guess is playing against Louisville could be really difficult because they're pretty hot right now.
Yeah, maybe the difference in this team is J.J. Starling coming back from the injury.
Yeah, I think they got to really do a better job of building the offense around him. But let's see what happens.
Well, they were hoping with Donnie Freeman. He's sitting out for the second straight game, still with that boot on. Nobody knows. It's an undisclosed injury.
And that was sports. And then this Bills game is going to be the late game on Sunday night, which I loathe. But it is what it is. I'm certainly glad they're playing. But this is, every year we have this conference championship party at the Waterfront Grill. Every year. And every year we're like, okay, it's going to be the Bills and probably the Chiefs. And every year we get disappointed and go to this thing without the Bills playing in that round. They've been beaten in the previous round. This could be one of those. This is like your Super Bowl, I think.
This is probably going to be one of the marquee matchups of next weekend.
No doubt. All right, it's Ryan Schmelz. What are we talking about?
We're talking about we're a week out from Trump's inauguration, and what is the fate of the cabinet picks? And he's a Ravens fan.
Good morning, Ryan. Good morning. Ryan. Now it's Baltimore Bills. Here we go.
That's all that matters. Just kidding. No, we got a big week.
It's a big one. Let's see where all of this goes. You're coming to Buffalo. That's always fun. You never know what the weather's going to be like. Yeah. And all right, let's talk some politics, which I know you only have a couple of minutes. We're a week away from the inauguration. What do you think?
Well, there's a lot that's got to happen this week in terms of the confirmation hearings. Pete Hegseth's going to be here tomorrow for his appearance before the House or the Senate Armed Services Committee. This has kind of been something we've been waiting for a while now. It's probably the most controversial one that's on the Hill this week. We don't really have a date yet for RFK Jr. or Tulsi Gabbard, so they're kind of still in waiting. So I think a lot of the eyes are going to be on Pete Hegseth.
Yeah. And at one point it looked like President Trump would be able to have his cabinet in place before the inauguration. I'm not so sure right now.
No, I mean, they might be able to have some of the confirmation votes maybe the day of the inauguration or maybe the day after that and start getting some of those people confirmed. So we'll see about that. It's just right now it's going to be hard to maybe get some of them done as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
But by the time next week comes around, they should be able to get some of them through.
And of course, preparations already underway. It really is amazing when you look and you see all of the fencing that's been put up around the Capitol and around that area. It's kind of sad on one hand. It's a bit sad. On the other hand, you really want to make sure that everybody's going to be safe for this thing.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think everybody's on edge after the New Orleans terrorist attack, and of course, the fact that this is a president who's been shot at twice, or not shot at once, but 2 assassination attempts and all that too. So I think there's a lot of reason to be on edge, but there certainly is a lot of security measures that are going into this. And I mean, they've turned Capitol Hill into a fortress and all that. So it certainly is something.
We got to see a little preview of it as the procession for the Jimmy Carter funeral was going on, and you just could see all this fencing and security that wasn't there wouldn't be there in a normal situation.
Yeah, and a lot of that was also because of the January 6th certification too. So that was I think a security operation they had been working on for months. So it actually I think was helpful for the Jimmy Carter procession that it happened that they did it the same week as the January 6th event. So they were able to kind of keep up the same security, keep the same staffing personnel around to help out afterwards.
And it looks like later this week we'll be looking at the confirmation hearing for Elise Stefanic, and that's a big deal for us. Obviously, her district covers a good part of ours, including Rome and Griffiths and Rome Labs. So I do see probably her confirmation going through pretty easily. You agree with that?
Yeah, she's already got at least one Democrat supporting her in John Fetterman. I would expect almost every, if not all, Republicans to vote for her. So hitting that 50-vote threshold is probably not going to be too much of a difficulty for her. But, she might still have some moments that could be testy at her confirmation hearing. We'll have to wait and see. But at the same time, I think we're expecting that with all of them. Or at least most of them, because from what we heard from a Democrat source is that Leader Schumer told Democrats during a closed-door meeting that the confirmation process is a chance to hold the feet to the fire for some of these nominees. So I would expect still some testy moments, possibly, but at the same time, I think that Elise Stefanic's probably set.
Yeah. All right, Ryan, we appreciate it. Go Bills. Have a wonderful week.
Yep, go Ravens. Thank you.
Okay, we'll talk to you soon. That's going to be an exciting little rivalry right there. By the way, you'll is it the 16th? I believe is when. So 3 days away is when you'll see the confirmation of Elise Stefanic. Right after she is confirmed, I assume it'll be right after, not before, that she will resign her position as Congresswoman, which will open the door for all the decision making, and they're going to move very, very quickly, both Democrats and Republicans.
Yeah, they're going to want to have to. How quick the governor will move is another question, but I'm sure she'll get to it in timely fashion.
She'll move pretty quickly. I mean, you want to get this thing done, and I think by law she has a timeline she has to follow.
That's good.
But along with that, here's how this will go is. I believe there are 13, 4, somewhere, whatever the number is of counties in this district. It's a rather large district covering a lot of territory. Each party chair will vote for a candidate to be the candidate in the race. So Republicans and Democrats. And that will nominate that candidate. That'll be your candidate. There will not be a primary. And then the special election will be set by the governor. My guess is that'll happen at the end of March, somewhere in that vicinity, early April, end of March. And then I believe they got to run all over again in the fall, where you'll see a normal election. So Yeah, craziness, right?
Some money will be spent.
Lots more to get to. Hold tight. We'll come right back here and talk more about this air quality thing, which is odd and I think a weird glitch, to be honest with you. But we'll get into it coming up. And Mike this morning says on the air quality situation, the app is showing you what the air quality is in California. He said, I'm serious. They need to make sure they put up all this security in Washington to hold back the 4 people who voted for Kamala Harris. Oh, 2 different topics. Hold on tight. We'll come right back. 637 at WIBX.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Morning, Paula.
Morning, Ron.
Another day in Adminville, am I right?
What are you working on? Oh!
You okay?
Your tabs. You have so many open.
Yeah, gotta order lunch for the big client meeting. With great responsibility comes tabs.
I can help. Close all those tabs and open just one, EasyCater.com. Online ordering from local restaurants, plus tools to save time, stay on budget, track expenses.
One tab to rule them all.
EasyCater, the smarter way to order food for work. Order now at EasyCater.com.
Good morning, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 6:39. Right now we have 24 degrees under cloudy skies. We'll find out from Jeff at the Weather Channel what's going on with this air quality in just a few minutes. Utica police are looking into and trying to track down who pulled the trigger in a weekend shooting. According to authorities, officers were alerted that gunshots had been fired near DeWitt Street yesterday and later noticed a car had struck a building on Erie. The driver was found suffering multiple wounds and ended up being airlifted to a hospital in Syracuse for treatment. The name of the victim has not been released yet. Parts of the region are once again preparing for the arrival of a severe snowstorm. The National Weather Service has issued a lake-effect snow warning for both Oswego and Oneida County. Forecasters say up to 2 feet of precipitation could fall in some of the heaviest snow bands, and strong winds may make travel difficult, if not impossible at times, over the next couple of days. The latest warnings are posted at alerts.weather.gov. You can keep track of everything weather-related at WIBX950.com. Central New York motorists are finding consistent prices when it comes time to fill up their vehicles. AAA says the average cost for a gallon of regular fuel in the Utica-Rome region right now is $3.30. That's up a penny from last week and is 1 penny less than this time a month ago. The state average is sitting at $3.13 a gallon, while nationally it's $3.06. And the Buffalo Bills are one step closer to the Super Bowl after earning a blowout victory at home. Bills quarterback Josh Allen threw for 272 yards and tossed 2 touchdowns as Buffalo beat the Denver Broncos 31-7 at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park yesterday. Up next for Buffalo is a showdown on Sunday at home against the Baltimore Ravens. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 6:41. Here's your weather forecast from the Weather Channel.
Morning snow will start to mix in with some rain this afternoon, and there may be around an inch of snow accumulation with a high of 35, and then breezy tonight with snow tapering off and a low dropping to 16. Tomorrow, gusty winds and a few afternoon snow showers with a high of 21, and scattered snow showers Wednesday with a high in the low 20s. I'm Jeff Marr at the Weather Channel on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, we're at 24 degrees under cloudy skies. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time. 6:42.
So we'll speak with Jeff about this air quality thing, because when you reset the map, all of a sudden the red goes away, and I think there's a glitch. But it's got everybody all nervous, thinking there's some weird nuclear fallout shelter here.
Oh, God.
Or who knows what. Anyway, we'll get to that. Also, this lake effect snow warning really is for... while the alert says all of Oneida County, it really is going to be more concentrated to the northern Oneida County, where Davey, you might fit into that category a little bit. But it's not saying we're not going to get snow, and as Jeff Meyer said, some wind and all of that over the course of the next 2 days. But the bulk of the accumulation most likely will be to the north. We'll speak with meteorologist Jeff Meyer coming up in just a second when we come right back at WIBX.
Hi, I'm Pete from Big Apple Music, and whether it's your home or business, you have a lot invested. In the past, a camera surveillance system was an expensive luxury. Big Apple has now made it affordable. Big Apple is the area's leader when it comes to camera surveillance systems, having installed hundreds locally in homes and businesses. Big Apple is New York State licensed for security and camera surveillance, with most of our products sourced from American companies. Featuring Starlight Night Vision, our cameras dollar for dollar have the best night vision available. A camera surveillance system can offer full property coverage. It prevents and reduces crime, monitors high-risk areas like parking lots and showrooms, and Big Apple has a fully set-up showroom to give you real-time, realistic demonstrations of just how great a camera system can be for you. Stop in and see for yourself at Big Apple Music in New Hartford.
When you need surgery, you want a remarkable surgeon you can trust. Meet Dr. Lauren Smithson, one of Bassett's newest general surgeons. She and the Bassett team have broad expertise in many advanced surgical procedures, and Dr. Smithson is welcoming new patients in Oneonta and Delhi. Choose Dr. Smithson, a remarkable surgeon, and discover a team you can trust. Visit bassett.org/remarkable surgeons to learn more.
The fight to fix our nation and the fight for life go hand in hand, especially so when we see how abortion took center stage in the most recent election. Preborn has rescued over 300,000 babies by welcoming mothers with unplanned pregnancies and introducing them to their baby on ultrasound. Once she sees her baby and hears their heartbeat, her baby's chance at life doubles. Meet Deanna.
I'm at the doctor and they do a bedside sonogram. As I'm looking at the sonogram, the baby waves. And I looked, and that man said, I said, did that thing just wave at me?
Deanna knew that life was the only choice.
12 years ago, I prayed for this little boy, and to think about if I would have taken that abortion pill. So God saved him. Not only did he save him, he saved me in a different type of way.
Your tax-deductible donation of $28 sponsors one ultrasound. Please donate today. Just dial pound 250 and say the keyword baby, or go to preborn.com/BUCK. Sponsored by Preborn.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
So I wonder if there is a, on this air quality thing. What time is Jeff on?
6:50.
All right, I wonder if there is the Android phone has a weather app that they use.
Yeah.
And what that's showing. Because right now, the Air Now website is showing just a moderate issue. It's not good, but it's moderate. And but when you go to your iPhone weather app, it shows very unhealthy air quality.
I think somebody may have messaged us on Friday, excuse me, as late as last Friday about it. Maybe
we had official word though that it is. I think there's a story on our website about it that it is inaccurate.
Yeah. Okay.
That it is it's a glitch. However, when you went to the Air Now website, which is what we always thought was the accurate place to go, it showed everything was good. Now it's showing moderate to severe in some spots.
On that topic, so you've got us up there in the Northeast. Are you able to zoom out and look over to?
I did, and
California?
It's showing the same air quality in in LA that it shows here. That can't be true.
No, it can't be. It's
no.
impossible.
So I think I don't know. I think it's all messed up. We'll speak with him coming up in just a second, and it'll give us an idea too.
This
a
lake
little
effect
information
snow?
on this lake effect snow warning, which is in effect for the next couple of days. This really does feel like a normal, more old-fashioned winter. Although I will say there's been a lot of melting. We had days over 32 degrees this past weekend, a lot of sun. A lot of the snow has settled and melted a little bit, at least
the gradual melting
where
is
I'm
better
at.
than the flash melting.
You're right. But then you take a look at the snow that you received. You got a couple of feet of snow. Davey, a couple of feet of snow to the north of us.
Yep.
75 inches of snow. So that is certainly going to take a while for that, but it does give this feel that it is this is a bit of an old-fashioned winter, one that we have experienced in the past, right?
That's
okay.
true.
A woman from Kansas City had 6 ribs removed because why? You know why?
She had 6 ribs removed. Why? Oh, God.
She
I can only
wanted
imagine.
a smaller waist.
Okay.
Here's Emily James talking about the $17,000 cosmetic surgery. And then, with these ribs, I guess they give them to you as souvenirs. So what's she going to do with the bones?
She can keep them?
I believe that is what they're saying.
Yeah, people wonder about, like, can I keep my appendix if it was taken out? Or
who has ever
my
wondered about? Have
gallbladder?
you wondered about that?
I'm just kind of stalling for time for you.
Thank you. I do need that. Let's see if I can get it to play now. Here she is. This is a big thing, though, because they see the images on, I don't know, do we blame TikTok for this? Online, in media and all of that, and this is what she says.
I got my ribs removed. I got them removed for cosmetic purposes. These are my rib bones. There's 6 of them. This one's so tiny and small and petite. They let me keep them. Plan on having someone make a crown and, like, incorporate my bone pieces in there and, like, shave them down.
A crown of her rib bones.
Weirdo.
Yeah. Didn't that cat lady in New York just die? She did. The woman that had all that plastic surgery. And it just did not go well as the years went on.
Oh, really? Ugh.
And I believe she just recently passed away. All right, let's go to Jeff Maher with the Weather Channel to give us an update on what's going on here. Weather quality and lake effect snow. Jeff, good morning. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, absolutely. Good morning, everybody. Boy, is it spring yet?
I know. We were just saying this is kind of like a bit of an old-fashioned winter up here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. You're right about that, and we're going to have a blast of cold air coming in behind a front that moves through today, and that's going to crank up the lake effect snow machine across the Tug Hill Plateau again, where a lake effect snow warning is going to be in effect. It's going to start at midnight and last until 7 o'clock Wednesday morning. 6 to 12 inches of accumulation, maybe some areas a little bit above 12 inches, above a foot, maybe close to 14 inches of accumulation.
Most of that's going to stay to the north, though. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. We're going to have some snow today, maybe mixed with some rain as we hover in the mid-30s for a high, and any accumulation today and this evening with periods of light snow, probably an inch or less. We may pick up another half inch or inch as we head into Tuesday with gusty winds. Now, the big change will be our temperatures, mid-30s today, but we're down into the mid-teens tonight for lows, and then tomorrow only hitting the low 20s, and our low tomorrow night in the teens again, and temperatures will stay on the cold side with 20s pretty much as we head through the middle part of the week.
It has been, we have hit that 30-degree, 32-degree mark where there's been a little settling of the snow and a little bit of melting.
Yeah.
However, not much. Like, my wife was just like, how come our driveway doesn't look like our neighbor's driveway? Look across the street. His is complete. You see the blacktop. And I'm like, well, ours, the plow guy does a good job. He scrapes it, but I'm not out there scraping it, and I'm also not putting salt on it.
Yeah.
Well, and which led to, why not? Why aren't you doing what he did?
It also help a little bit of sunlight would help. But we're not going to do that.
It would.
Oh,
all right. What's going on with this air quality thing? We are showing alerts of severe air quality. Right now, we're showing listing in our area of 244, which air quality index makes it very unhealthy. Yet you go to the website, 1 minute it shows the red and unhealthy. The next minute it shows it to be okay. Are we dealing with a glitch in this technology right now?
Yeah, I think we are. Yeah, because I'm not seeing that. And usually you don't have a problem with air quality.
In the wintertime, right.
Yeah, in the winter. Yeah, when you have a big ridge of high pressure and sinking air and it's hot, warmer weather, you get some. And they're obviously having an air quality problem out in Southern California with all the wildfires. They got air quality alerts. But, I'm not seeing any for you, so I maybe a little bit of a glitch, as you mentioned.
Yeah, because it's showing 244 here. If you go to New Hartford, it's 166. But interestingly, about 10 miles to the south in Waterville, it's in the green. They're in good shape. Apparently, whatever toxins we're breathing in, they're not seeing. So your belief is this is a glitch.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on my end here, so I'll do a little bit of a deeper dive and check it out. But, we got a front moving through, too, so we're not going to really – I don't think we'll have much of an issue with air quality with this front moving through.
That's right.
And, that's going to result in some gusty winds and that colder air moving in. So we'll have some wind gusts near 20 miles per hour by tonight and maybe near 25 miles per hour into Tuesday.
Mike says maybe it's me, but I think the air quality is always better if it's 75 and sunny.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll take that air quality.
And I completely agree. All right. Thank you for the time. We really appreciate it.
Stay warm. We'll talk soon.
All right. Well, we will do the best that we can. Jeff Meyer with the Weather Channel. Yeah, I think this whole thing is a glitch, and it's got everybody going nuts. You know why?
Us.
Because there are things the government is not telling us. Yeah. That's kind of the worry that people have. We mentioned last night. I got to tell you too. This divisional doink. I think it would be interesting if a field goal kicker got an extra instead of getting 3 points.
Yeah.
Maybe they get 4 points if they could hit the upright.
If they hit the upright and you make it go in.
And it goes in.
Okay.
Or I think,
just hit
to
it.
be honest with you, just hitting it is a feat. Can you imagine if you said to the field goal kicker, I need you to hit the upright? And he'd be like, there's just no chance I can do that. I can't do that. But, where they're trying to not hit the upright is where it's being hit.
Yeah, exactly.
I find that to be kind of interesting. And, of course, the weekend wrapped up last night with the wild card playoff game, an ending that was quite wild. The Commanders and Bucks tied at 20 with 3 seconds left in the game. The Commanders attempted a field goal to win it, and I want to play you the audio as to what went down with a divisional doink. Here we go.
The last time Washington won a wild card game, won a playoff game, was 2005 here. Chance to do it with Gonzalez. From 37 to send Washington to the Final Eight. The Washington Commanders off the upright, and it is in! They doink their way to the...
All right, so it hit the upright.
Mike Tirico's so excited about the doinking.
He's all over this, and it went in for the win. Now, at the end of the first half, for the Denver Broncos, their kicker hit in order to tie the game up going into halftime. Their kicker hit the upright, but it did not go in. So you had some doinking going on. By the way, the LA Rams play the Vikings tonight to determine the final playoff team. The game was supposed to have been played in LA, but was moved to Phoenix because of the wildfires in Southern California. And boy, as we watch that, there's just nothing more depressing, is there? I mean, it's just
devastating,
terrible to watch how bad all of this looks. Ricky Lake, remember her?
Yeah.
Her house burned down.
Oh, God.
I mean, you're seeing a lot of these celebrities now coming out and saying, yep, my house went too. And it's just it's a terrible thing as they're trying to keep water on these homes. And usually they're just dealing with a low water pressure, but they're dealing with a hose. This is a garden hose, which is no competition to these fires. And higher winds are expected again to drum up by Tuesday and Wednesday, which could mean this could get started all over again.
Ugh, brutal.
Which is really just terrible. The official coffee of the Keeler in the Morning radio program is Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. And their donuts are made fresh every day. Their bagels and breakfast sandwiches, everything made in-house for you. And, of course, the coffee is just so very good, whether it be the amazing espresso to keep you going or just that coffee to pick you up first thing in the morning. The drive-thru is lightning fast. You're in and you're out and you are on your way. Coming up next hour, we'll do Habaika's free money question of the day. Davey, what are we looking at money this morning?
$100.
Okay. Mr.
Boring.
Right to the point. $100 will give you a chance to win there. Coming up next hour at about 7:35. We'll get to it coming up. Chance to win from Habaika and WIBX. News coming up top of the hour.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
I plan to rearrange my closet, but I stopped after picking the clothes up off the floor.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel's award-winning language learning app will help you start speaking another language. Start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
Comment tu t'appelles?
Comment tu t'appelles?
Vous êtes où?
Vous êtes où?
Babbel's bite-sized lessons make it easy to learn words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks,
"How's your French going?"
you can say,
Babbel est amusant et facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue. Et cela ne prend que 15 minutes par jour.
when you want to really learn another language, it starts with Babbel. Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Morning, Paula.
Morning, Ron.
Another day in Adminville, am I right?
What are you working on? Oh!
You okay?
Your tabs. You have so many open.
Yeah, gotta order lunch for the big client meeting. With great responsibility comes tabs.
I can help. Close all those tabs and open just one, easycater.com. Online ordering from local restaurants, plus tools to save time, stay on budget, track expenses.
One tab to rule them all.
EasyCater, the smarter way to order food for work. Order now at easycater.com.
We've been overindulging a little more than usual over the holidays. But now, we are starting the new year off on a healthier note by taking active liver supplements from New Nordic every day. So if better health, more energy, and detoxing your body are some of your priorities this year, get Active Liver today and start the year off knowing you're giving your liver some well-deserved relief.
Active Liver is available in both tablets and as a delicious gummy. You can find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS or online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
Winds may whip up the flames again. I'm Dave Anthony. Fox News has a big worry today and tomorrow in the Los Angeles area with near hurricane-force Santa Ana wind gusts.
This just stirs up all of the other embers because things are still burning. It's still active.
3 wildfires still burn. 2 barely contained, including the Palisades fire that torched Malibu, where Fox's Griff Jenkins is.
Along the iconic Pacific Coast Highway, miles and miles of just charred destruction where homes and businesses once were, nothing but destruction. There are crews working around the clock trying to clear this debris, but it is going to be certainly weeks, if not months, if not years before miles of this iconic landscape and waterfront can even think about rebuilding.
There are more than 12,000 homes and buildings that have burned in the L.A. area. 24 people now confirmed dead. A week before President-elect Trump takes office again, there may be progress trying to stop the war in Gaza with his special envoy part of the talks.
Mediators have reportedly made significant progress overnight toward brokering a Gaza ceasefire and hostage deal between Israel and Hamas. Officials say a proposed deal is on the table, but hurdles remain as each side seeks final approval from their leaders.
Fox's Marianne Rafferty. President Biden talked to Israel's prime minister yesterday on that ceasefire plan. He also spoke to relatives of 3 Americans detained in Afghanistan on a deal being worked out with the Taliban trying to free them in exchange for a terror suspect imprisoned at Guantanamo. Today, we'll hear from the president touting his foreign policy.
The president will be speaking at the State Department. He's expected to talk about his legacy when it comes to efforts to expand NATO, to rally dozens of allies to help Ukraine in its fight against Russia, as well as producing an historic security agreement between the U.S., South Korea, and Japan.
Fox's Jill Nato. This morning, the Biden administration announced new regulations involving computer chips and AI. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call.
If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
Ukraine's president is using 2 North Korean soldiers as bargaining chips. They were captured as they and thousands of other North Koreans helped fight with Russia in the war. Volodymyr Zelensky says he would hand them over to North Korea's leader if Kim Jong-un helps free Ukrainian prisoners held by Russia. There's an oil spill disaster off the coast not far from the war front.
Russia's President Vladimir Putin calls it one of the most serious environmental challenges for years. 2 tankers stricken by a storm in the Kerch Strait between Russia and the occupied Crimean Peninsula. Now an emergency task force has arrived as the Russians attempt to stop the spill of fuel oil. Russia's government estimates over 150,000 tons of contaminated sand and soil have been collected over the past 4 weeks. Oil's been detected some 150 miles away. Ukraine's accusing the Russians of trying to hide the consequences of the spill. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
On Wall Street, falling futures suggest more selling on top of Friday's big sell-off. Drama in the NFL playoffs.
The Commanders and Bucks came down to inches Sunday. Courtesy NBC, probable Rookie of the Year Jaden Daniels leading the 6th-seeded Commanders past the Bucks 23-20 thanks to a field goal off the upright and through on the final play of the game. Earlier in the day, the Bills fell behind 7-0 early but scored 31 unanswered in a 31-7 rout of the Broncos, and the Eagles won ugly 22-10 over the Packers, intercepting Green Bay quarterback Jordan Love 3 times. The wild card round wraps up with the Vikings and Rams playing in Arizona Monday night. I'm Tim McMaster, Fox News.
That game was moved out of Los Angeles, of course, because of the wildfire disaster. One other NFL note, the New England Patriots are hiring Mike Vrabel as their next head coach. He's already in the Patriots Hall of Fame as a player in New England. Vrabel won 3 Super Bowls. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 7:05. I'm Andrew Derminio. 25 degrees under cloudy skies. Your full weather forecast is coming up. Parts of the region are once again preparing for the arrival of a severe snowstorm. The National Weather Service has issued a lake-effect snow warning for both Oswego and Oneida counties. Forecasters say up to 2 feet of precipitation could fall in some of the heaviest snow bands, and strong winds may make travel difficult, if not impossible at times, over the next couple of days. The latest warnings are posted at alerts.weather.gov. Utica police are still trying to track down who pulled the trigger in a weekend shooting. According to authorities, officers were alerted that gunshots had been fired near DeWitt Street yesterday, and they later noticed a car had struck a building on Erie Street. The driver was found suffering from multiple wounds and ended up being airlifted to a hospital in Syracuse for treatment. The name of the victim hasn't been released, and anyone with information is asked to come forward. New Hartford police are warning residents about a phone scam targeting senior citizens after one resident lost over $10,000 to scammers Sunday night. New Hartford police say the scammers may call pretending to be from the government, utility company, or tech company, even loved ones in need of help. Police say the scammers may ask for money, gift cards, or other personal information. Central New York motorists are finding consistent pricing when it comes time to fill up their vehicles. AAA says the average cost for a gallon of regular fuel in the Utica-Rome area is $3.30. That's a penny more than it was last week and is a penny lower than this time 1 month ago. Currently, the state average for gas is sitting at $3.13, while nationally it's $3.06. And more than 24 belly plungers are thawing out after helping to raise over $10,000 for the Dane and Merrimack volunteer fire departments in Wisconsin. The second annual Beer Belly Plunge at Lucky's on the Lake, Wisconsin, took place over the weekend. Organizers say 27 people took the plunge into the lake, which is around the same number as last year's inaugural event. Money was also raised from sponsors and a meat raffle. Event host Lucky's Bar and Grill on the Lake donated 10% of morning and afternoon sales. Crews from both fire departments were on hand to ensure the safety of plungers. What that was guys with beer bellies jumping in the lake, I guess? I don't know. That's what they're being described as. I bet you a lot of those Wisconsin natives or Wisconsin residents were wanting to jump in the lake after last night's game against the Eagles. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 7:08. Here's your forecast from the Weather Channel.
Morning snow will start to mix in with some rain this afternoon, and there may be around an inch of snow accumulation with a high of 35, and then breezy tonight with snow tapering off and a low dropping to 16. Tomorrow, gusty winds and a few afternoon snow showers with a high of 21, and scattered snow showers Wednesday with a high in the low 20s. I'm Jeff Marr at the Weather Channel on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
24 degrees under cloudy skies. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 7:08. Sports brought to you by IBEW NECA 43, local contractors. Well, the wild card round of the playoffs for the NFL almost in the books. We got one more game tonight as the Vikings still have to take on the LA Rams from Arizona. The winner of that game will travel to play the Eagles on Sunday. On Sunday, the Bills trounced the Broncos 31-7 at home to set up a second-round showdown with the Ravens in Orchard Park. The Texans will face the defending champion Kansas City Chiefs in the divisional round. In the NFC, the Eagles top the Packers 22-10, and the Commanders won a thriller 23-20 over the Buccaneers. The Commanders will now square off against the top-seeded Detroit Lions in the next round. The Patriots are going back to the well for their next head coach. Former linebacker and three-time Super Bowl champion Mike Vrabel has been hired as the 16th head coach in franchise history. Terms of the deal have not been disclosed yet, but it is believed to be a multi-year deal. Vrabel is the ex-head coach of the Tennessee Titans, replacing another former Pats linebacker in Gerard Mayo following his firing just after one season on the job. New England is now on its third head coach in 3 seasons after moving on from 6-time Super Bowl champion Bill Belichick. One of the top pass rushers of the past decade plus is planning to mull his playing future this offseason. LA Chargers outside linebacker Khalil Mack said he's unsure of his football future following the team's first-round playoff exit. He doesn't want to make a rash decision when it comes to after a loss, but it's the first time in 11 years that he would be an unrestricted free agent at the end of this season. He totaled 39 tackles and 6 sacks through 16 games played this season. The stage for the college football playoff national championship game is set. Number 7 Notre Dame clashes against 8th-ranked Ohio State at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta next Monday. Mitch Jeter sent the Fighting Irish to the title game after kicking the game-winning field goal with 7 seconds left to take down number 6 Penn State in the Orange Bowl. And the 8th-seeded Buckeyes are back in the championship game after cruising by Texas. Ohio State is playing for its 9th national title and first since 2014. And the Syracuse Orange got a much-needed win over the weekend. They're now at 8-8, and they will host Louisville tomorrow night from the JMA Wireless Dome. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 7:11.
Coming up, we'll speak with Michelle Sanz Rodriguez. Do I have that right?
I believe so.
Immigration lawyers bracing for the new president, President Trump's mass deportation plans. What is going to happen? And it could even happen on Inauguration Day is what they're saying. Also, Habaika's free money question of the day. And then a sad story out there regarding bus safety, and we'll get into that.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it's a bad one. We'll get into it. And it has local ties. We'll get into it coming up here at WIBX.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Feeling the winter blues? Warm up with us at Fit Body Boot Camp. Hey, it's Lisa, and I'm here to tell you that 2025 is the year to step into the best version of you. But what does that mean? That means feeling stronger, having more energy, and building more confidence. My incredible team and I will be with you every step of the way. And guess what? You can come in for free. That's right, 3 free on me, with no commitment. Come see us, and let's make this your best year yet at Fit Body Boot Camp in Whitesboro and Clinton.
Are you sick of being just a number or doing a mindless job? Become a craftsman in a trade. Become an IBEW electrician. The IBEW and the Electrician Training Alliance will give you all the tools necessary at their state-of-the-art training facility. Earn as you learn. Paid training while you get your certification. What are you waiting for? Become an IBEW Local 43 electrician. Call or go online today to learn more. Find your career at IBEW and let the Electrician Training Alliance light up your future.
Morning, Paula.
Morning, Ron.
Another day in Adminville, am I right?
What are you working on? Oh!
You okay?
Your tabs. You have so many open.
Yeah, gotta order lunch for the big client meeting. With great responsibility comes tabs.
I can help. Close all those tabs and open just one, easycater.com. Online ordering from local restaurants, plus tools to save time, stay on budget, track expenses.
One tab to rule them all.
EasyCater, the smarter way to order food for work. Order now at easycater.com.
You don't need to go to extremes this winter finding all those blankets. Call Tri-County Heating for all your furnace repairs. Need a new furnace? Quotes are free. Tri-County Heating, your Rude Pro Partner dealer, will make you warm and comfy this winter. Check out their website at tri-countyheating.com or call them at 315-829-4100. Stay comfortable in your home and call Tri-County Heating today.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Hey, Central New York, I'm Gordon Deal, and whether you're listening to WIBX from Utica to Conesville, you want to know what's going on in our country. The news is moving so fast these days, it can feel like it's hard to catch up, and that, my friend, is what my show is all about. Every Sunday at 7 a.m., listen to This Weekend with me, Gordon Deal, a show that goes beyond the headlines and brings you a lively blend of intelligent information, trending topics, and humor with stories from the U.S. and around the world. Catch This Weekend with Gordon Deal, Sunday mornings at 7 on WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
I know he's doing a promo about people listening to the radio, but where's Conesville? I don't know where Conesville is.
From Utica to Conesville, which is south of Howe Caverns in Middleburg. It's in Schoharie County.
Well, they can't hear us down there.
Hello, Conesville!
Yeah, it's so funny. Well, listen,
they could be on the app. You never know.
They could be listening on the app. That is possible.
Conesvillians could be very excited about what's happening in Utica.
They could be listening on the app. That is true. The Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills is accepting new patients. The Falcon Clinic is the area's premier osteopathic medical clinic, and they're accepting new patients right now. If you're in need of a new family doctor, or you're having some medical issues that you need some assistance with, or my favorite, I get and it's once a month, it's a manipulation, an osteopathic manipulation. So everything from manipulating your head, massaging the head, and opening up your sinuses, to your back and your legs and it's kind of like going to a chiropractor, but 45 minutes worth of that. And there's no back cracking or anything like that. It's done very strategically by Dr. Zielinski or Dr. Shemaleski, and it is something I look forward to. Call today, the Falcon Clinic, if you're in need of a new family doctor or you want to try out that procedure that, to me, makes me feel so much better. I do it once a month. Call today at 315-507-4751 or visit them online at falconclinic.com. The Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills. Ba-bum-bum-bum.
They are opening a location soon in Conesville.
Yes, come see us in Conesville.
I always wondered. I heard that promo a couple different times. I said, wow.
Well, I've never heard of Conesville before.
Like, so to go from Conesville to Cooperstown, so it's a little bit southeast of.
That could be a country song, by the way. A country baseball song.
Yeah. I got to say, I think Conesville's closer to Albany than Utica. If you look at
it probably is to the south. You could take is it 88 down? Is it on 88?
88, no, it doesn't go to. You can get there from 88, but you'd have to get onto Route 30 after that.
Social media is sharing an old Bell telephone and commercial. Wayne is asking, is Conesville in your "I've Been Everywhere" song? It is not.
Well, back to the drawing board.
I did not include Conesville.
A couple of other comments from Wayne. Remember, for instance, the woman who had her ribs removed.
Yeah.
He says, make a wind chime with the bones, or
That's
maybe
a good idea.
A coat hanger.
Coat hangers. I like it.
Tell Bill to go to myfoodsupply.com because the world is being taken over by the government, maybe in relation to the air quality. And remember, Buffalo has to beat Baltimore to get to Kansas City, and then do what they have a bigger problem doing, beating Kansas City in the playoffs. They better not look past Baltimore.
Oh, I don't think you have any worry at all about the Bills looking past Baltimore.
No.
Because I think that could very well be as difficult a game, if not more difficult, than the Bills playing Kansas City. And remember, the Bills have to get there, yes, but so does Kansas City. And they certainly haven't played the best football all season long. So who knows where all of this goes?
Easy and Ilian. A message went out yesterday. The Apple air quality sensor reading not accurate, but John in Bridgewater saying, Bill, my AQI, air quality index, reads 166 in the red. So I don't know what's going on with that, but there's probably a nationwide glitch.
I did see the message that went out that said it was not accurate, that there was a glitch. Richard says, how do you report gas at $3.30 when lots of places are at $2.92 and most at $3 to $3.10? Syracuse is at $2.70. We're reporting what AAA is giving us.
Yes. Thank you. I'm glad you responded before I did.
Well, that's and it's an average price.
Yeah.
It's not the highest, not the lowest.
The Utica-Rome region. According
to
the AAA.
Social media is giving anything further on that?
No.
Social media is sharing an old Bell telephone ad that Robin Williams did back in 1977. That was a year before Mork and Mindy premiered. But in the commercial, he's walking around the store doing funny voices in various phones. One of them is like a Mork-like voice that he did, and here's audio.
Excuse me, we're thinking of changing our phones around. For a bedroom, we have this princess phone. People of us. And for a living room or den, we have a number of different styles. Good evening. And if you're looking for a real conversation piece, they're the design line phones.
Illinois Bell has telephones in a variety of styles and colors. Take them home from your nearest phone center store.
Hello, Mickey?
Yeah?
Quack, quack!
Well, that would sell a telephone to me. I'd be like,
yeah, I've got to get that. I've got to have it.
Got that. You remember back in the day when you might not even remember this, but they owned the phone. The phone company owned the phone.
Oh.
And you weren't allowed to do anything with it.
You were leasing it, basically.
Yeah, I would wire stuff all over the place. I put phones all over, and my mother would be like, if they find out you're doing that, we're going to be in big trouble. We never got in trouble. Immigration lawyers bracing for Trump's mass deportation plans. On the line right now is Michelle Rodriguez. Good morning, Michelle. What do we know here? We're about a week away from the potential of all of this going down.
Yeah, we're all bracing ourselves.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you expect to happen?
So we expect that on day one, there will be big action somewhere. We don't exactly know where, but we think that there will be either raids throughout the country, or we will see a big arrest, maybe in different locations in communities.
Do you would you? I mean, listen. If there are people in the country and they're here illegally, there is a legal way to be here. Do you feel we should just look the other way with those people, or should we go after those people?
No, absolutely not. I mean, I think there's a way to do this, and if we can all agree that we have to tighten up on border enforcement. If there are criminals out there that have deportation orders, and those orders need to be enforced. And I think that we will see a lot of that. There's a lot of outstanding orders. I think that ICE knows where a lot of those people are. I think they will start to crack down on anyone that they know where they are or come into contact with law enforcement immediately. But I think what we will see will be a proactive movement towards finding people who may be here unauthorized. And what that does is it scares employers, it scares families that might be collaterally involved.
Do you feel when it comes to someone who's committing crimes here, obviously, and they're here illegally, I don't think anybody would have a problem deporting those people. There's a visual here, though, that is a little, I think is making people a little bit nervous. The visual of these raids and all of that, what kind of message that's going to be sending.
Right. I mean, that's the biggest issue. The biggest issue is if you look at worksite enforcement and they start coming into factories or they start coming into local restaurants and picking everyone up, because what it leads to is it leads to the appearance of racial profiling and things that might look bad for the administration.
Yeah.
So I think they have to walk a fine line.
Andrew.
Well, Tom Homan has said that, this is a two-parter. One, can you kind of describe the role of border czar in its title? And two, Tom Homan saying that the priority will be the criminal element first. And then, do you have an estimated timeline on when you think that would be?
So in terms of border czar, I think his job is to look at the overall situation. He's got to come into office. Obviously, he's got experience. He's been there before.
Yeah.
But they're going to look at the numbers. And then he's going to have to come up with a plan and assess what can be done. We are looking at hundreds of billions of dollars to actually deport the numbers that they're talking about. So the infrastructure does not exist at this point. We've never in the history of this country been able to effectuate deportations for that number of people. So I think first they're going to have to come in and see what they're dealing with. They're going to have to establish some more infrastructure in terms of technology and the ability to get countries to actually accept deportees,
right?
Which is also another factor that's going to have to be dealt with because some countries won't take people back.
So the last time I think we did anything like this would have been World War II, right?
Yes.
Yeah, which did not bode well when we look back upon it. When we look back at it, This would certainly, the proposal here is different, is that you're going after people who are involved in criminal activity, or they came into this country with a criminal record. And again, I'm not sure they've been vetted to the point where we will be able to really know that, but I guess ICE probably has some knowledge. So this is going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. And then the other part of this, I think, that can be very difficult is if this does hurt employers who use farm. The agriculture industry is a great example. Hotels and other places. This could have a real hit on the economy.
Exactly. We are looking at a huge number of employers that rely on whether we like it or not. This is the reality of the undocumented population as a workforce. To put food on our table, hospitality is big. And so all of those industries will take an economic hit, and it trickles into the economy. It doesn't matter where you live in the country.
Yeah.
But there are some areas, your area included, which will take a hard hit.
Yeah. Well, here, especially in agriculture.
Right.
And in fact, I was at an event that legislators were touring farms in the area, and they were throughout New York State, so state legislators. And one of the legislators asked the farmer, honestly, farmers tend to be Republican up here, rural areas, but asked the farmer, what's the biggest problem you see in the country that you're dealing with, or in the state that you're dealing with right now? And his answer was, you have to fix immigration. And I kind of thought he was going to go in another direction, but he said, these people we rely on. They're good people. They want to better their lives. They want a better life for their children. And without them, we can't find anyone to work. I thought that was very, very interesting.
It is, and that's what I get from most of the employers that I represent. They can't fill their workforce.
Yeah. And then
so let's focus on the criminals, right? And fix the rest of it.
Yeah, I think you're right. All right. Well, listen, it's coming. We're going to see it all happening very soon. Yes.
Yes,
right.
We are.
All right. We thank you for your time, Michelle.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for having me. Bye-bye.
It is going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And then, it's easy to look at this and say, well, we shouldn't have illegal immigrants working in this country, right? We shouldn't. So how do we come up with a way to be able to make it so that they are legal, they're legally here and able to work? And the other part is, are they taking away jobs? And you hear this, and you heard this when Elon Musk made his statement. Are they taking jobs away from Americans? And in this area, whether it be hospitality or in agriculture, I don't think they are.
Well, and
these are employers that can't find people to do the work.
Well, and I think also too, let's be honest about the distinction here. The very clear distinction is their status as citizen or legal worker as opposed to illegal worker changes the wages they get paid as well.
I would imagine.
The farmers aren't paying them, minimum wage.
And the other part of this is New York has put restrictions on how many hours a migrant worker can work.
Yeah.
So if you ask the migrant worker, they would, because in farming it's very difficult. So you have a growing season. It's been raining and raining. Well, you got to work. You got to put hours in.
You have to put the hours in when the weather's
sunlight
good.
As long as there's daylight, you're putting the hours in. So what you're getting with a lot of these migrant workers is they'll go work at farm A for their allotted hours because the farmer can't break the rules. So whether that's 28 hours or 30 hours, whatever it is, then they'll move on to farm B.
They'll swap. That farmer will swap them.
And that's exactly right. They'll put in another 30 hours. Why? They want to. They want to work. And I don't think farmers are able to find that with everybody. It is a very interesting difficult
AI
problem.
will be able to take care of it
fix
all soon enough.
We're going to fix it soon. All right, a quick break. Andrew updates the news. We'll do Habaika's free money question of the day. Chance for you to win $100 here this morning, plus some other stuff as well. And then a very bad story that involves school bus and school bus stops. And it hits home to this area. We'll explain all of it coming right up at WIBX.
It's the New Year's blowout at Mattress Express, and no one in New York State has all the brands under one roof that we have. And listen to the New Year's sales. Save up to $800 on select Stearns & Foster sets, $500 on Tempur-Pedic, $400 on Sealy, and save up to $600 on the largest selection of Purple in New York State, only at Mattress Express. Take up to 5 years to pay with no money down for qualified buyers, and we have no credit check payment plans. If you've made the mistake of ordering your Tempur-Pedic somewhere else and it's taken 7 days or longer for delivery, bring your receipt to Mattress Express. We'll give you the sale price or a $200 prepaid Visa card, whichever saves you more, and we'll get it delivered fast. A better price and faster delivery. All locations at mattressexpressny.com. Call 1-800-NEW-BEDS. And do not forget, we have a new location in Auburn in the Tractor Supply Plaza. It's New Year's at Mattress Express.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
I'm Jim Bono, your guide to all things happening in Herkimer County. Did you know that there's a website that gives you access to all the events happening in Herkimer County? Whether you're hosting a garage sale, festival, charity event, or anything in between, go online to herkimercountyny.gov. Click on the event calendar in the upper right, and then click on Submit an Event to add your occasion. You can also use the site to see what's happening around town. Herkimer County, where history, commerce, and beauty collide. It's all happening in Herkimer County.
Good morning, WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM News Time 7:34. I'm Andrew Derminio. Right now it's 25 degrees under cloudy skies. Your full weather forecast is coming up. Parts of the region once again preparing for the arrival of a severe snowstorm. The National Weather Service has issued a lake effect snow warning for both Oswego and Oneida County. Forecasters say up to 2 feet of precipitation could fall in some of the heaviest snow bands, and strong winds may make travel difficult, if not impossible, at times over the next couple of days. The latest warnings are posted at alerts.weather.gov. Utica police are still trying to track down who pulled the trigger in a weekend shooting. According to authorities, officers were alerted that gunshots had been fired near DeWitt Street yesterday, and they later noticed a car had struck a building on Erie Street. The driver was found suffering from multiple wounds and ended up being airlifted to a hospital in Syracuse for treatment. The name of the victim has not been released, and anyone with information is asked to come forward. New Hartford police warning residents about a phone scam. It's targeting seniors after one resident lost over $10,000 to scammers Sunday night. New Hartford police say the scammers may call pretending to be from government agencies, utility companies, tech companies, or even loved ones in need of help. Police say the scammers may ask for money, gift cards, or other personal information. Central New York motorists are finding consistent prices when it comes time to fill up their vehicles. According to AAA, the average cost for a gallon of regular fuel is $3.30 in the Utica-Rome region. That's a penny more than last week and is a penny lower than this time 1 month ago. Currently, the state average is sitting at $3.13 a gallon, while nationally it's $3.06. Classes at the Syracuse Academy of Science Charter School will continue to be held remotely following that carbon monoxide leak. The leak last week was traced back to a food warmer, and a few people experienced symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning. Teachers will be posting assignments using Google Classroom, and students are going to have to finish their work by the assigned due date. Parents or guardians whose children need access to a computer or a charger can reach out to the school for help. And X will begin labeling parody and satire accounts. This new label will be on both the profiles and the posts of those accounts, according to a statement from social media platform's safety team. The move hopes to increase transparency on X. Accounts can now place the label on themselves in the settings page, but the company said they'll release further details about when labeling will become required for accounts that fit the description. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM News Time 7:36. Here's your forecast.
Morning snow will start to mix in with some rain this afternoon, and there may be around an inch of snow accumulation with a high of 35, and then breezy tonight with snow tapering off and a low dropping to 16. Tomorrow, gusty winds and a few afternoon snow showers with a high of 21, and scattered snow showers Wednesday with a high in the low 20s. I'm Jeff Marr at the Weather Channel on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, we're at 24 degrees under cloudy skies. Unsure about the air quality, if it's a glitch or not, but
I think it's a glitch. I mean, it's...
yeah, it's very...
Although it's funny,
very concentrated.
If it is a glitch, when I came in this morning, first thing you said was, when I was shoveling last night, I could smell the odor in the air.
I did, yeah.
But did you?
Yeah. There was a haze. There was a haze in the air.
There was a haze. You think that...
And I think maybe there was a fire
you think
in
the air
area.
quality thing is real?
I think so.
Okay. I don't think it is. All right, hold on tight.
Doesn't think it is.
Let's do Habakkuk's free money question. Well, I don't think it is because we're talking to experts like a meteorologist who's saying, I don't know what you guys are seeing. I don't see anything.
What does Jeff know?
You're right. Good point. It's only the Weather Channel.
Yeah.
Davey, we're looking for caller number what for Habakkuk's free money question of the day?
7.
Seventh caller right now. Your chance to win $100 plus a chance at some another $50 worth of stuff. Caller number 7, 315-736-0186. Your chance to win is right now on WIBX.
Morning, Paula.
Morning, Ron.
Another day in Adminville, am I right?
What are you working on? Oh!
You okay?
Your tabs. You have so many open.
Yeah, gotta order lunch for the big client meeting. With great responsibility comes tabs.
I can help. Close all those tabs and open just one, easycater.com. Online ordering from local restaurants, plus tools to save time, stay on budget, track expenses.
One tab to rule them all.
EasyCater, the smarter way to order food for work. Order now at easycater.com.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Hers weight loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
Everyone's talking about the breakthrough of weight loss drugs, but too few can access or afford them. Hers is changing that. At forhers.com/radio, you can access doctor-trusted weight loss treatments tailored to you. Like GLP-1 weekly injections with the same active ingredient as Ozempic and Wegovy, or oral medications at a fraction of the price. That's right. You'll save up to 91% per month on compounded semaglutide based on pricing through Hers. The same active ingredient as the name brand drug at 91% less. There's no hidden fees and no membership fees. Just one low, transparent price. And the process is 100% online. If prescribed, your personalized plan ships free directly to your door. Get started at forhers.com/radio to access affordable doctor-trusted weight loss plans that put you first. That's forhers.com/radio. FORHERS.com/radio.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Okay, Steve is in Clinton. He's ready to take a shot at Habakkuk's free money question of the day. Steve, good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good. I hope I lose.
You hope you lose. That's right, because you get more when you lose. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you never know. It might happen for you. Here we go. Andrew, you're ready to go. This is for $100. Here is your question. Branding is everything. Before they were called Hot Pockets, their less popular name was what? Ready, go.
Oh, boy. Okay. I don't know. Hot Pots.
Hot Pots, yeah. I don't ever remember this, but apparently before they were, any idea?
No, I've always known them as Hot Pockets.
That's because I think they weren't selling well when they called them Tasty Witch. Tasty Witches. Like sandwich?
Yeah.
Tasty Witch.
Never heard of it.
Almost sounds like a Halloween type thing, doesn't it? Tasty Witch.
Yes, Tasty Witch.
Yeah, she's a tasty witch.
Yeah.
All right, that was a tough one.
Good.
Well, you win. You get $50 in gift cards, $25 at It's a Utica Thing Kitchen and Bar, and a $25 gift card to it's the Food and Fun card, which is good, of course, at the Odd, Nexus, in the gift shop, 72 Tavern and Grill, Babes, Taylor and the Cook, Aquavino, and the list goes on. So
Do I get a card for each restaurant?
I don't think you do. I think one covers it all. Although you'll get two. Technically, you'll get two cards. It's a Utica Thing. Kitchen and Bar is not affiliated with the other. So you got a lot of food there. Stand by. Davey's going to hook you up.
Great, thank you.
All right, thanks so much. That is Stephen Clinton, Davey. If you can, take care of him. You know, we always are talking in this area. Sheriff Mayfield is really big on this topic, always talking about the issue of school bus safety. So remember that story, and it happened in a local school district.
Yes,
where the kid was about to get off the bus.
Driver grabbed his book bag and
pulled the
back.
kid back in as a car came whipping by on the right side.
Dirtbag, not the driver.
I'm guessing that what was going on is that they did not. They weren't paying attention.
Right, but here's the thing: they passed on the right side of the bus on the shoulder, so they were impatient.
Correct. Well, you don't know that. It is possible that the vehicle was on their cell phone, looked up, and all of a sudden they're about to smash into the car.
Yeah.
Instead of going into traffic, they tried to go around the bus on the right side, which I understand it's a last-second decision, but could have been fatal.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know that that's what happened. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying we don't know really what went down. I don't know that they ever caught that person. Okay, let me start with so we have a local story that is not local, and you'll understand when I get going here. Let's start with Sheriff Mayfield. Sheriff, good morning. Thanks so much for coming on.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good. Do you remember that story where the school bus driver pulled the kid back in?
I do.
Was that person ever apprehended, the person who passed on the right-hand side?
You know, I don't recall. That was a state police case, but I want to say they were. I'm not 100% sure if they were located or not.
Okay. All right. And I'm going to bring in, of all people, you might be surprised, bringing in Stefan Rubitsky. Stefan, good morning.
Good morning, Bill.
So tell us your story, if you could.
Well, out in Rockford, Illinois, where my brother lives, my niece, who's about 11, 12 years old, was getting on the school bus in the morning, and the school bus caution lights were on, yellow lights, and as she was getting on the school bus, she got hit by a car and is in critical condition in a hospital in Madison, Wisconsin.
Wow. So she's still in critical condition?
Yes. She's still highly sedated, and it had to do with someone not paying attention to the caution lights on the school bus.
So this must have been a situation where they were passing on the right-hand side.
I think it was, from what I saw on that local news channel. They were probably passing on the right.
Okay. Sheriff, I realize this is an out-of-town story, but it hits home. They have family here, and here's this little girl who is now in the hospital, and they're praying that she survives.
Very, very tragic story, and certainly our thoughts and prayers go out to the family. And it's very scary. On average, and I know this number is so bizarre, but it's accurate. on average, 50,000 school buses, 50,000 are passed each day in the state of New York alone. That's how serious the situation is. And we know that right here at home. We now have a camera system on school buses in 8 different school districts, and the results are just incredible. How many people are actually passing these stop buses? It's just unbelievable.
It seems like sometimes things are moving too slowly. If you're out there driving, you got to get from point A to point B. You got to get to work. Everything's moving slowly. But the rules are the procedure is the way it is for a reason.
Exactly. And people say that, we've heard so many excuses. Again, we're in our second school year with our school bus camera program. All of last school year, and then obviously this school year got underway in the fall. So far to date, we've issued over 1,200 tickets for people passing stop school buses in 8 of the 12 or 13 school districts in Oneida County.
Wow.
That's a significant number. But the scary part is when these people call and they're like, we didn't even see the school bus. Because when you get a ticket from us in the mail, we'll give you a link where you can actually go on the link and you can watch yourself passing the stop school bus.
Wow.
This technology also shows us how many seconds the yellow lights were flashing prior to the red lights and the stop arm coming out. There are people who have been approaching a bus and the yellow lights were going for 8 to 10 seconds before the red lights came on, and they still blew right by them. I mean, it's very, very scary that people are not paying attention.
Yeah.
Distracted driving is out of control. And again, this is the only way we could seem to get a handle on it is through enforcement and education. I don't know what else to do, but we see these tragedies occurring day after day around the country.
So when the yellow lights come on, I hate to say, but I think for some people, it's like they treat a yellow stoplight. Where you kind of rush to get through it before it turns red. When you see the yellow, you're really supposed to stop at that point, right?
Well, you're supposed to be prepared to stop immediately because, again, the way the buses work, the bus driver will activate the yellow lights several seconds before they're actually going to stop. And then, obviously, when the door opens, automatically it switches from yellow to red. We teach the school children. The schools do a great job. They're not supposed to move from their spot until they get the signal from the bus driver. But even when that occurs, in the case like in Stefan's niece, obviously everything was stopped. It was safe for the child to go. But again, a bus driver sitting behind the wheel of a school bus isn't going to be able to stop a racing car coming up on the school. It's people really have to start paying attention. Children are dying as a result of distracted driving.
Yeah, and here's a case. Stefan, have you? I'm assuming you've talked to your mom about this.
Yes, I did. My mom didn't want to get into how we don't take passing stop school buses lightly.
Yeah.
She didn't want to get into that just yet, and but she's very worried, and she's out there with my niece.
Do you know if they caught the person?
The news story said that the person stayed on scene after it happened, but that's the last I heard.
So it was not a hit and run.
No.
All right.
No.
All right. Well, listen, we wish the best for your niece and your family, Stefan.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, Bill and Andrew and Davey.
All right. Have a good day. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Like we said, Sheriff, even though this doesn't happen here locally, in this particular case, it does happen here, and it happens here way, way too often.
Way too often. And I just want to, again, remind the public that the Sheriff's Office here in Oneida County, we have nearly 200 cameras out there on school buses in 8 different school districts. We're hoping very soon to get the rest of the school districts on board so we can have even more. And again, this isn't about a revenue maker. Yes, there is a fine attached to it, but obviously our main objective here is to save the lives of our children because this is a huge problem, and it definitely shows it in our data alone. Obviously, the bigger the school district, the more bus passes we have. We have some districts that just in a school year and a half have had over 400 passes with school bus their district. So
now,
scary stuff for sure.
I'm assuming with the videos, you can't always tell whether the person is intentionally trying to pass the school bus or got caught not looking and is trying to avoid a collision by going around the bus. Are you able to tell what happens most often?
Well, typically what we're seeing is, and depending on which community and which roadway, the cameras on the buses are awesome cameras. They're capturing the license plate. They're capturing the picture of the vehicle. Obviously, we can't see specifically what the driver's doing, but many times you just see that there is no effort to slow down. They're just moving along. So I can only imagine they're, whether it's reading an email on their phone or texting or doing something else in the car. It's just pretty scary that people just aren't paying attention. And this doesn't always just apply to school buses. I mean, there's pedestrians walking, there's kids at school bus stops. I mean, with this many people out on the road not paying attention, it's definitely very, very concerning for law enforcement.
Yeah. All right, Sheriff, we appreciate the update on this story. I mean, I hate to say, but it's almost like you keep talking about it till you're blue in the face.
Exactly. And again, we'll keep doing that. I mean, that's part of my job. And but like I said, be aware. Like I said, we have over 200 cameras out there on school buses. And if you're going to pass, we're going to catch you.
Sheriff Rob Mashel, thank you for the time.
Thank you, sir.
Have a great day.
You do the same. All right. We'll break and take some messages and some calls that we have. We'll get into that coming up next hour. We will speak with Utica Fire Chief Scott Ingersoll on the fires out and I realize this is probably a little bit out of his wheelhouse, but we've dealt with brush fires and that sort of thing here. But to see this at such an incredible level of destruction is just mind-blowing.
Yeah, I just want to have him clarify a few things, like a lot of the terms that are being thrown out. Like, I understand, yes, in concept, what containment means, but that doesn't necessarily mean the fire's out. Does that mean that they've been able to kind of keep it into one area without it spreading? What exactly is that containment?
We'll also be able to talk to him about this, what we believe is a false alarm on this air quality issue. And Richard is like, for God's sakes, it's already been stated that it is a glitch. It's not real. The problem is it's different today. It was on the cell phones on Thursday and Friday, but when you went to the .gov website, it showed air quality was normal. This morning it was different because the website showed that it was elevated. So it seems to be a glitch in whatever is measuring this. It seems to be a glitch in that, and it's beyond just cell phones. It seems to be on websites as well. But we'll get into all that coming up. 7:54 WIBX.
Morning, Paula.
Morning, Ron.
Another day in Adminville, am I right?
What are you working on? Oh!
You okay?
Your tabs. You have so many open.
Yeah, gotta order lunch for the big client meeting. With great responsibility comes tabs.
I can help. Close all those tabs and open just one, EasyCater.com. Online ordering from local restaurants, plus tools to save time, stay on budget, track expenses.
One tab to rule them all.
EasyCater, the smarter way to order food for work. Order now at EasyCater.com.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Hey, you can start the new year debt-free and stress-free with GPO Federal Credit Union. Simplify your finances with balance transfer rates as low as 3.99% APR for 12 months, or consolidate high-interest debt into one manageable payment with their personal loans. But it doesn't stop there. GPO is partnered with Balance to provide you with free virtual or in-person sessions with financial advisors. Together, they'll create a personalized plan to help you take control of your finances and achieve your goals. Why wait? Let GPO help you start fresh in 2025. Visit GPOFCU.com or stop by any branch today. Debt-free, stress-free. Begin your journey with GPO today. Subject to credit approval, membership eligibility required. Rates and terms based on credit worthiness. Balance transfer rates reverse back to normal card rate after the 12th month. Contact GPO for more information.
This is Keeler in the Morning. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Has some comments there. What do you have there, Andrew?
Yes, we got a few rapid fire ones here. This is earlier in the program. Jason in Utica, is the party chair vote a weighted one?
I believe it is not.
It's just kind of.
I believe it is. Maybe it is weighted. I think it might be weighted.
There's 10, right? 10 in the state, or
I think there might be more than that in this. So it's
in that district.
It's in the district. We're talking about the NY21, the seat currently held by Elise Stefanic.
So the county leaders,
to the
top.
Okay.
County leaders and all that.
So the county chairs for each party. So the Democrats will do this, the Republicans will do it, and in the end, you'll end up with two candidates.
Yep. John in Bridgewater. Bill, who cares what people think? If you're here illegally, then your ass is sent back to where you from, everyone.
Okay.
Sorry, John. I'm just reading your comment as you say it.
Thank you, John.
Big Honey and Hecla. Good morning, Big Honey. I believe the real question here is going to be, after we get the illegals out, how do we get the lazy U.S. citizens to go back to work to fill the void in the workforce?
Man, I wonder what happened to the workforce. I mean, this was a problem certainly before COVID, but now it's worse. It seems to be worse. You can't find anybody today. I don't know what happened. Maybe people just decided, well, we were both working in the family, and now we're just not going to take that extra vacation. I'm going to stay home.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to stay home. I don't know. Could be either one today.
Mike and Herkimer, you're talking about school buses, and I heard that there's a school bus either on its side or practically on its side near Industrial Park Drive. I'm not sure, but there might be people inside. He's reporting that. So
is that down in the valley?
Yeah, we'll look into that.
Okay.
And then Easy and Ilian said something. It is Andrew's head. LOL. I don't know what he meant. I asked him for clarification.
Okay. All right. Well, you're a little cloudy in that head today, so you don't know what he's talking about. By the way, Andrew will be off for the rest of the week, and Tim Reed will be in here coming in tomorrow. Pretty excited about that. We have a lot to talk about with Real Men Get Tested, which has made a real difference, I believe. We have news coming up top of the hour. Stand by. All that and the full forecast is coming up on WIBX.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
It's just what the Los Angeles area doesn't need. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Santa Ana winds will be whipped up again to near hurricane-force gusts.
It's so dry because of these winds that the brush or fuel, if an ember lands on it, has a 65% of ignition. So we're chasing fires.
LA Fire Captain Eric Scott. 3 wildfires still burned, 2 barely contained. Connor Henson with Fox Edge is out in burned out Pacific Palisades.
Right now they're concerned about Brentwood. That's another highly populated area. The Mandeville areas where we're seeing lots of airdrops, water, different fire retardant being dropped there to kind of create a barrier. But of course, the big concern is strong winds coming back later today and getting even worse tomorrow.
Well, the fires are blamed for at least 24 deaths, with more people unaccounted for. More than 12,000 houses and buildings have burned. Jake Steinfeld of Body by Jake tells Fox.
I lost my home. It's the strangest thing to even talk about. But we are going to rebuild.
The earth just quaked in southwest Japan, a magnitude 6.9 ground shaking. No word yet on damage. There is a tsunami warning. President-elect Trump returns to the White House in a week, and he's warned if there's no peace deal to stop the war in Gaza, he'll unleash hell. Now there are reports of ceasefire progress in talks that include
Trump's envoy Steve Witkoff, who joined talks in recent days. It's reported delegates from Qatar are pushing Hamas to make a deal. Witkoff said to be putting pressure on the Israelis. Fighting in Gaza has been going on for 15 months, and Hamas still holds 98 Israeli hostages, 36 of whom have been declared dead.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. President Biden remains involved. He talked to Israel's prime minister yesterday. This afternoon, he'll give a speech touting his foreign policy. A rocket did not launch this morning as planned at Cape Canaveral in Florida. Blue Origin had to postpone its first unmanned test flight after a technical problem, a setback for Jeff Bezos' company trying to compete with SpaceX. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
Just ahead of the Trump White House return, the Senate is getting ready to start confirmation hearings for his nominees.
Former Georgia Congressman Doug Collins, Trump's choice to head Veterans Affairs, is up first tomorrow morning. Then comes Defense Secretary nominee Pete Hegseth, who'll be appearing before the Armed Services Committee. Democrats on the panel have expressed concerns about the sexual assault and financial mismanagement allegations against Hegseth, which Hegseth has denied.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. More Trump cabinet nominees have hearings Wednesday. Shots fired in Washington, D.C., where 3 police officers were wounded and hospitalized, though all are said to be conscious. The same can't be said for the gunman who opened fire on them, and that suspect's dead. In North Carolina, a sheriff's deputy is lucky to be alive thanks to a father and son hailed as heroes.
Cleveland County, North Carolina deputy Robert Taylor was in a car pursuing several armed robbery suspects in a high-speed chase when the cruiser lost control, crashed into a tree, and burst into flames. Curtis Blanton and his 17-year-old son happened to be listening to the police scanner when they got word of the fiery crash and rushed to the scene to try to help. The Blantons were able to pull Taylor from the burning vehicle to safety, along with his canine, Thanos. Taylor was badly injured but is expected to survive. The sheriff's office says it plans to honor the father and son for their heroism. Sue Guzman, Fox News.
On Wall Street, futures are down, so stocks could drop, adding to Friday's big sell-off. In the NFL playoffs, a dramatic ending last night. Washington beat Tampa Bay on a last-second field goal on NBC. The Commanders' first playoff win since 2006, led by rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels.
It means a lot, man. You can just see all the fans over here, man. They're waiting for us. They waited a long time for this moment and this feeling, so I'm just so happy for them.
Earlier, the Philadelphia Eagles advanced, beating Green Bay 22-10. Buffalo beat Denver 31-7. Tonight, the last wild card game moved out of Los Angeles because of the wildfires. The LA Rams will play Minnesota in Arizona. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time, 8:05. I'm Andrew Dermenio. 26 degrees under cloudy skies. Your full weather forecast is coming up. Parts of the region are once again preparing for the arrival of a severe snowstorm. The National Weather Service has issued a lake-effect snow warning for both Oswego County and Oneida County. Forecasters say up to 2 feet of precipitation could fall in some of the heaviest snow bands, and strong winds may make travel difficult, if not impossible at times, over the next couple of days. The latest warnings are posted at alerts.weather.gov. Utica police are still trying to track down who pulled the trigger in a weekend shooting. According to authorities, officers were alerted that gunshots had been fired near DeWitt Street yesterday, and they later noticed a car had struck a building on Erie Street. The driver was found suffering from multiple wounds and ended up being airlifted to a hospital in Syracuse for treatment. The name of the victim has not been released, and anyone with information is asked to come forward. New Hartford police are warning residents about a phone scam targeting seniors after one resident lost over $10,000 to scammers on Sunday night. New Hartford police say the scammers may call pretending to be from government agencies, utility companies, tech companies, or even loved ones in need of help. Police say the scammers may ask for money, gift cards, or other personal information. Central New York motorists are finding consistent pricing when it comes time to fill up their vehicles. AAA says the average cost for a gallon of regular fuel in the Utica-Rome area is $3.30. That's a penny more than last week and is a penny lower than this time 1 month ago. Currently, the state average for gas is sitting at $3.13, while nationally it's $3.06. And global temperatures have shattered records for the second year in a row. Multiple government agencies announced Friday that 2024 was Earth's hottest in recorded history, surpassing the previous record set by 2023. Scientists say last year was hotter than any year since at least 1880. North America, Europe, Africa, and South America had their warmest year on record, while Asia and the Arctic had their second warmest year. The consecutive records are part of a continued warming trajectory that scientists have been warning about. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time coming up on 8:08. Your weather forecast is according to the Weather Channel.
Morning snow will start to mix in with some rain this afternoon, and there may be around an inch of snow accumulation with a high of 35, and then breezy tonight with snow tapering off and a low dropping to 16. Tomorrow, gusty winds and a few afternoon snow showers with a high of 21, and scattered snow showers Wednesday with a high in the low 20s. I'm Jeff Marr at the Weather Channel on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, we're at 26 degrees under cloudy skies here in Marcy. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time, 8:08. Sports brought to you by IBEW NECA 43, local contractors. Well, 5 teams have punched their ticket to the NFL divisional round on Sunday. The Bills trounced the Broncos 31-7 at home to set up a second round showdown, with the Ravens in Orchard Park. The Texans will face the defending champion Kansas City Chiefs in the divisional round. In the NFC, the Eagles toppled the Packers 22-10. And the Commanders won a thriller 23-20 over the Buccaneers. The Commanders will now square off against the top-seeded Detroit Lions in the next round. The wild card concludes with the Rams facing the Minnesota Vikings on Monday night in Arizona. The winner of that game will travel to play the Eagles on Sunday. The Patriots are going back to the well for their next head coach. Former linebacker and 3-time Super Bowl champion Mike Vrabel has been hired as the 16th head coach in franchise history. Terms of the deal have yet to be disclosed, but it's believed to be a multi-year deal. Vrabel, the ex-head coach of the Tennessee Titans, replaces another former Pats linebacker in Gerard Mayo following his firing after just one season on the job. New England is now on its third head coach in 3 seasons after moving on from 6-time Super Bowl champ Bill Belichick. It's very possible with their young quarterback there in New England, Drake May, that with Vrabel coming in with some experience and a fresh mindset, that there could be some progress there in New England. One of the top pass rushers in the past decade plus is planning to mull his playing future in the offseason. LA Chargers outside linebacker Khalil Mack said that he is unsure of his football future following the team's first-round playoff exit. Mack said that he does not know if he is going to play football moving forward. He also doesn't want to make a rash decision after a loss. The 33-year-old is set to become an unrestricted free agent for the first time in his 11-year career this March. He totaled 39 tackles and 6 sacks through 16 games played this season. The stage is set for the college football playoff national championship game. Number 7 Notre Dame will clash against 8th-ranked Ohio State at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta next Monday. And the Syracuse Orange basketball team got a much-needed win. They are now 8-8 after locking up the victory against Boston College over the weekend. They'll host Louisville tomorrow night from the JMA Wireless Dome. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time, coming up on 8:11.
So, Mike this morning says, I see in today's news that Dick Vitale has been approved to come back to ESPN for announcing.
Really? Wow.
Fourth time,
TV, baby!
Fourth time he has been declared cancer-free.
That's awesome.
That'll be pretty big, right? My guess is he probably won't get any Syracuse games this year. He usually gets the bigger games.
Yeah. They put him on the
They
marquee
put him on
matchups.
Duke, North Carolina, but it'd be awesome to see him at the Dome. It's awesome, baby. Remember when we went down to Marshall Street and had pizza? Jimmy V and I and Jim Boeheim, we stuffed the pizza.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's kind of like a Vitaloff going on there.
Yeah.
Hold back. Hold on. We'll come right back. Hold back the two of you,
on that.
please. Hold on tight. We'll come right back at WIBX.
Hi, I'm Pete from Big Apple Music, and whether it's your home or business, you have a lot invested. In the past, a camera surveillance system was an expensive luxury. Big Apple has now made it affordable. Big Apple is the area's leader when it comes to camera surveillance systems, having installed hundreds locally in homes and businesses. Big Apple is New York State licensed for security and camera surveillance, with most of our products sourced from American companies. Featuring Starlight Night Vision, our cameras dollar for dollar have the best night vision available. A camera surveillance system can offer full property coverage. It prevents and reduces crime, monitors high-risk areas like parking lots and showrooms, and Big Apple has a fully set-up showroom to give you real-time, realistic demonstrations of just how great a camera system can be for you. Stop in and see for yourself at Big Apple Music in New Hartford.
You don't need to go to extremes this winter finding all those blankets. Call Tri-County Heating for all your furnace repairs. Need a new furnace? Quotes are free. Tri-County Heating, your Rude Pro Partner dealer, will make you warm and comfy this winter. Check out their website at tri-countyheating.com or call them at 315-829-4100. Stay comfortable in your home and call Tri-County Heating today.
What's better than one win? 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get one line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
Imagine this. You're coming down the stairs. You miss a step, but you catch yourself. And that's when you feel it. It's your knee, and it really hurts. Now you have to make a choice. The faster you see an orthopedic specialist, the sooner you'll be on your way to recovery. Choose Community Memorial Center for Orthopedics, now with a clinic open every Wednesday in New Hartford. You'll get fast access to world-class orthopedic care. We have imaging on site, and you'll be treated by Dr. Rochelle Takamoto. She's one of the most respected orthopedists in the area, and she's done more VELYS robotic-assisted surgeries than any female physician in the world. So whether it's a new injury or a long-term pain in any joint, walk into our clinic and get treated by one of the best orthopedic specialists in the area in the shortest time possible. That's Community Memorial Center for Orthopedics, with clinics weekdays in Hamilton and now every Wednesday at 83 Genesee Street in New Hartford. Visit orthoemergency.com.
Does this sound like you? You own a house in central New York, and there's one home improvement project you keep putting off because it's stressing you out. Maybe it's a leaky window, a shaky deck, or replacing that old fridge. Well, that's why you should listen to The Money Pit. Hi, I'm Tom Kreitler.
And I'm Leslie Segretti, and our show is all about helping guide your home improvement projects. Our combined expertise will point you in the right direction no matter the dilemma and get you right back to enjoying your home.
Listen to The Money Pit every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 a.m. only on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
This is Keeler in the Morning. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Hey, portions of the program brought to you by Stefanic Mazda, Commercial Drive in Yorkville. They've increased their inventory with over 150 new Mazdas on the lot. You can save on a new Mazda lease or enjoy 0.9% APR financing on new 2025 Mazda CX-30s, CX-5s, CX-50s, 70s, and CX-90s. See Stefanic Mazda in the dealership for details. As Rick always says, come on in if you're looking for a better payment, if you're looking for a better deal. And he always says, let's make your deal on a new Mazda. From the dealership that's achieved first place nationally in customer satisfaction, it is Stefanic Mazda, Commercial Drive in Yorkville. Ba-dum, boom.
Let's make your deal with Gordon Deal in Conesville. I still can't get over that. I'm sorry.
Conesville. Yeah.
We should do a broadcast from Conesville.
So it's what he's referencing is a promo.
Yeah.
So of a show that's on here, syndicated program.
Yeah. Gordon Deal.
And
Weekends,
he says,
Gordon Deal.
You can, whether you're listening from Utica to Conesville. And where's Conesville? Turns out it's in Schoharie County. Population 687 people. Some crickets right there. Ricky Lake lost her home in the California wildfires this week. She now reposted a clip of when she was live from the other side with Tyler Henry because he predicted it. Isn't that weird? Listen to this prediction.
Keep in mind, there might end up being a coincidence where not only do we lose something, and I'm trying to think how to articulate this without it sounding concerning. I think this may have already happened. If there was a loss of material objects from both fire and water, though, that's the kind of weird distinction. It's two separate things.
Okay.
So we're going to end up finding that there's a story where there was a house fire or something along those lines, a fire risk.
Fire.
He's talking about her house.
So this,
from a long time ago.
Oh, wow.
Now do you believe that crap? I think it's just coincidence.
Yeah.
I don't believe that stuff.
Wayne on the fires saying they can rebuild once the fires have burnt the forest around them. No risk of forest fire with no forest, right? I mean, at some point, all the trees would burn.
I would think there's nothing left.
It's awful when you see the before and after satellite images is really where you get, you can really kind of see the true devastational widespread effect. It's really awful.
I bought the eye candy.
I bared witness to that.
Yeah. So
bore witness?
This stupid thing you see in
did you bring it in?
I didn't. I will tomorrow though.
Oh, okay.
You won't be here. But
I'm glad I saw it.
It is like a magnifying glass with a light on it, by the way.
Yeah.
And take it anywhere. Take it to restaurants. If you turn this thing on at a restaurant, people will be looking at you like, what in the hell is going on? There is a light.
It magnifies and it's got a light.
Yeah.
I thought the
magnification, though, is a cheap magnifier.
Yeah. So
I think it's garbage. It was only like $9. So.
I think the funniest part about it
But if I acted now, I could have gotten 3 for the price of just 2.
I like that deal.
Yeah.
The Gordon deal. I think the most entertaining part about it is...
Or if you're from Conesville, you get it free.
For free with your Medicaid. The funniest thing about your eye candy is that the frame of the device looks like candy.
I don't get it. Where the candy... I mean, everybody needs a little eye candy, right?
Yeah, right. Well, this will help make you see the world better.
It was just
clearer.
like... I got to tell you, when I do go into a restaurant and the lights are down low, I do struggle and I have to pull out my cell phone.
Yeah.
So, but it's only low light. And since when I had eye surgery with Dr. Palumbo, the Dove Laser Center, a long time ago, like I think mine was 1999. I still don't wear glasses.
Technology, the surgery,
and
right?
we didn't do the LASIK. The LASIK is where you slice the eye.
Yeah. Ooh.
This one was just the laser. I think it's PKI or something like that. Anyway, that's what we did. And I today still do not wear glasses. However, right from the very beginning, low light, I struggle with low light. And maybe that affects how I drive at night too.
It could.
Erratically, crazy.
Well, what about during the day?
Never erratically during the day.
No, not at all.
Yeah. This eye candy thing, I'm like, well, I'll just try it and see what it is like. It'd be kind of funny. And turns out it is.
So you've tested it already? You've pulled it out of the box?
Yeah. My wife thinks it's garbage.
Yeah.
It's all that
Very
stuff
well
you
could
get.
be.
Listen, you can't buy this on TV. That makes it special.
Yeah, right.
I love when
you can't buy it in stores.
Medicine, or right, you can't buy this in stores. You have to buy it on TV. I kind of wonder about whenever that happens. You kind of know you're dealing with something that is low quality, like medicine. Why would you buy medicine that's only available on TV with a special TV offer? if it's not going to be in your store,
Yeah, if it's
or at
such
a
an amazing
pharmacy,
product, the store would want it. They
right,
would
everybody
negotiate
would
for
want
it.
Yeah. More colleges are teaching students to be what? Rocket scientists?
You would hope.
Wrong. Influencers.
Oh, God.
Jason Taylor is an expert in small business and startups and is on the line right now. Jason, good morning.
Good morning, guys, from North Texas.
All right. How's the weather there?
Well, the crazy snowmageddon event of last week kind of filtered out and cleared out. It's back to normal here.
All right. So,
Texas has been having some weird weather.
Yeah.
This year.
Well, you had that whole storm come across the country, and yeah, it was cold in Florida as well. How much snow did you end up getting?
At my house, it was like 3 inches because I was right on the edge, and it rained half the time. So it would snow, accumulate, and then it would rain, and it kind of melt it, and then it'd snow again.
Interesting.
Yeah, we have our phone screener just north of him at his brother-in-law's house or somewhere. I don't know. They got 75 inches of snow. Yeah.
Okay, so that's too much.
Think that out. 75. What do you do with 75 inches? I would get a little claustrophobic.
Yeah, just a little.
Just because you couldn't even see over the banks. 75 inches. That's a lot of snow. All right, what's going on with colleges? We're training these students to be influencers.
Well, there's a demand for it because that's what people want to be. They want to be a social media influencer when I grow up.
Well, they make money, don't they?
Well, the average makes about $15,000 a year if they're successful. That's the average, which is not
terrible.
So good.
Yeah,
you might as well go into radio.
Go into radio, for God's sakes.
It's a nice side gig, I think, but and it's also a good skill set. Digital marketing in general, and creating attractive, informative social media video content is very useful skill. But I don't know if it's a entire career path and degree.
So are these colleges doing it as a major, or is it just a minor or class you can take? Because for a side hustle situation, I could see dedicating maybe a course to it, but a whole slate of courses, that seems to be a little bit extreme.
Well, there is a story, and there is a class at the University of Alabama where it is just an entire semester, one class focused on storytelling and social media storytelling. I think that is a valuable class if it's part of a digital communications marketing, digital marketing degree. But yes, there are also some schools trying to offer entire degrees in this sort of thing. And that's a little bit like if I came home from college 20 years ago and said, Mom, I changed my major to rock band. I'm going to be Motley Crue.
Right, that's right. Yeah. And that's that's a good analogy because, the Kardashian there, she's an influencer. And
all of them,
she can, there's the younger one, though she has
Kylie Jenner or
the makeup and she has the all of that stuff.
Oh, Bruce Jenner.
She can do, millions of dollars on one deal. But that is so rare.
Right.
So the average person is only making like 15 grand. That's terrible.
Yeah, it is really rare. And you have to have some sort of God-given talent gift to actually be really good in fashion and in style and aesthetics and beauty. And, just everybody knows only a fraction of 1% of all human beings look like Caitlyn Jenner. I mean, it probably ain't you if you're trying to, if you're thinking that's what your path is going to be. Now,
well, you haven't seen me in a skirt.
Thank God. You'd be grateful for that.
Once I'm made up.
Well, that's the thing is you have to find a niche. And I mean, some of these influencers that are really popular, some of them are popular just by having the personality or being funny enough to make fun of other people's TikToks, right? So they'll take some person trying to be an influencer, make fun of them, and in essence, that influencer makes money off that or grows a following. But it's not many.
I do wonder, is this colleges giving a false dream to a student, or is this the colleges saying, well, enrollment's down. These kids seem to be all about this class, so we're going to offer it.
Yeah.
I think it's got to be some of that. I mean,
Yeah.
we all know that colleges will sell you. They're in the business to sell degrees.
Sure. Yeah.
And they're going to try to find degrees that people want to buy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it is a little bit unfortunate if there are students out there thinking that they're going to take this degree or spend this money and then just walk into this world and succeed at it. But, at Code Launch, we help tech startup founders launch technology product businesses by building their code for free. And we have to teach them a lot of different skills. And one of them we teach is this sort of thing. So definitely effective storytelling in video format on social media and internet platforms is a valuable business skill.
Well, you know that a lot of businesses today, especially if you're a younger owner of a business, a lot of them do a lot of their marketing on their own on social media. So it does become a really big part of their advertising budget and the efforts they put into advertising.
And it's a more authentic form of it, and that's what it takes to break through. And it is very effective if it's done right. And it's bigger than it looks. So you see the end product, a 30-second effective video that you like. What you didn't see is there was a lot of planning. They had an entire shoot. They had a post-production where they edited it, and the whole thing comes across as just natural and live content to you. But there were many hours and different types of people and skills put into that.
All right. Okay, very interesting. How do we follow you online if people want to follow you?
Codelaunch.com, CODE launch, just like a rocket. We help tech startup founders launch their tech startup visions by building their code for free.
All right, Jason Taylor, thanks for the time. Good luck. And stay away from that heavy snow. For God's
3
sakes.
inches will wipe you out. Send the
careful.
city into ruins.
We will recover.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. All right, cool. All right, thanks so much. Have a great day. 3 inches. I mean, you're hearing the same thing out of D.C., where they got just a couple of inches, and it shuts down the entire school. It's craziness. Coming up, we'll speak with Utica Fire Chief Ingersoll on those fires out in L.A. How difficult is it? Even the fire hydrants are not really meant for this type of fire where, there's no limit because the entire city is burning down. It's just really so terrible. It's coming up. Andrew updates the news next.
New year, new job? Warner Sales and Service is looking for a mechanic, someone with mechanical abilities interested in working on small engines, new equipment setup, and some basic diesel and hydraulic repairs. You'd be working on the complete line of Bobcat construction equipment and Hustler turf equipment. Applicants must have 1 to 2 years experience or training in engine mechanics, have strong diagnostic abilities, and be able to follow troubleshooting procedure and service manual instructions. Apply today at their office just off Route 365 between Rome and Verona, or online at warnerss.com.
Coming to the Stanley Theater, enjoy the music of Led Zeppelin like you've never heard it before with the all-inspiring tribute band Get the Lead Out. Get the Lead Out. Friday, June 13th, 2025 at 8 p.m. Utilizing the multi-instrumentalists at their disposal, Get the Lead Out recreates your favorite Led Zeppelin hits in all their depth and glory. Don't miss this high-energy performance. Get the Lead Out, live at the Stanley Theater, Friday, June 13th, 2025 at 8 p.m. Get your tickets at the Stanley Theater box office or online at thestanley.org.
The Potting Shed Antiques in Whitesboro is buying silver, gold-filled, vintage costume, estate jewelry, and U.S. and Canadian coins. They've been your hometown buyer for the past 52 years. While other gold and silver buyers claim to offer the highest prices, the Potting Shed Antiques actually delivers. Let Don Hartman take a look at your individual pieces or your entire collection. The Potting Shed Antiques, open Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Please call ahead for an appointment. Visit thepottingsshedsantique.com.
Good morning, WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM News Time, 8:31. I'm Andrew Derminio. Still at about 26 degrees under cloudy skies, gradually warming up throughout the day. Your full weather forecast is coming up. Parts of the region are once again preparing for the arrival of a severe snowstorm as the National Weather Service has issued a lake effect snow warning for both Oswego and Oneida counties. Forecasters say up to 2 feet of precipitation could fall, and some of the heaviest snow bands and strong winds may make travel difficult, if not impossible, at times over the next couple of days. The latest warnings are posted at alerts.weather.gov. You can always follow along at WIBX950.com. Utica police are trying to track down who pulled the trigger in a weekend shooting. Authorities say officers were alerted that gunshots had been fired near DeWitt Street yesterday via a shot spotter, and they later noticed a car had struck a building on Erie Street. The driver was found suffering from multiple wounds and ended up being airlifted to a hospital in Syracuse for treatment. The name of the victim has not been released, and anyone with information is asked to come forward. New Hartford police are warning residents about a phone scam targeting senior citizens after one resident lost over $10,000 to scammers Sunday night. New Hartford police say the scammers may call pretending to be from government agencies, utility companies, tech companies, or even loved ones in need of help. Police say the scammers may ask for money, gift cards, or other personal information. Central New York motorists are finding consistent pricing when it comes time to fill up their vehicles. AAA says the average cost for a gallon of regular gas in the Utica-Rome region is $3.30. That's a penny more than it was last week and is a penny lower than this time 1 month ago. Currently, the state average for gas is sitting at $3.13, while nationally it's $3.06. And the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree has gone dark. Officials pulled the plug on the heavily decorated Norway spruce on Saturday evening, marking an end to the holiday season in New York City. Once all the decorations are off, the 74-foot, 11-ton tree will be donated to Habitat for Humanity to help build houses. The Rockefeller Center Christmas tree has been donated every year since 2007 to help families across the region build homes. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time, 8:33. Here's your forecast.
Morning snow will start to mix in with some rain this afternoon, and there may be around an inch of snow accumulation with a high of 35, and then breezy tonight with snow tapering off and a low dropping to 16. Tomorrow, gusty winds and a few afternoon snow showers with a high of 21, and scattered snow showers Wednesday with a high in the low 20s. I'm Jeff Marr at the Weather Channel on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now we're at 27 degrees under cloudy skies. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time, 8:34.
So you're mentioning about how there'd be nothing left to burn in L.A. after all of these fires. These are neighborhoods. So according to Rick this morning, it looks like some 23,000 acres have not burned in L.A., which is equivalent to almost 36 miles squared, which is like 6 miles by 6 miles. So that 36 square miles, if you will, giving you an idea. New Hartford is 0.6 square miles. So that's it's a lot of territory.
Yeah.
But it's just, I think, so imagine if you took like a Mohawk, Ilion, Herkimer, and Frankfurt, and the whole thing just burned. That's really what you're looking at.
And the houses are very
unbelievable.
In a lot of cases, the houses are very close to one another. So you're probably fitting more homes per square acre, you know.
Yeah, it could be. But it's just really, really terrible. So the LA fire, he says, would be equivalent to 60 Village of New Hartfords burning to the ground. Boy, that's even more than taking an Ilion, Mohawk, Frankfurt, and Herkimer. 60 New Hartfords.
And the difficulty
That's a lot of, boy, that territory is just enormous.
The difficulty here is, what was the cause? What's the investigation like? Because I think they have to do this simultaneously or as quickly as they can, put out the fires, but then also investigate the origins. If this is arson, the book should be thrown pretty hard at whoever set these fires. Because there's multiple fires burning right now.
The other problem you're going to have is this could have a political consequence as well. For instance, Newsom who's
been recalled twice,
was really being looked at as a potential presidential candidate in 4 years. I don't know how he could survive this. Keeping in mind a huge cut in the fire bill, a huge cut in money and revenue going to fire companies around the state, and then the same cut, that sort of cut, was made in the city budget in Los Angeles. So that mayor is also in a lot of trouble.
And he had a lot of unforced errors in his response. Talking to Anderson Cooper, he said,
Newsom.
Newsom, was talking to Anderson Cooper, and he said, well, these local people, they really got to get their crap together. I mean, I'm summarizing, but I mean, he basically said that.
Well, and then on top of all of this, are you following the story that Andrew Cuomo has almost everything in place
to run for
mayor of New York City?
That would be entertaining, to say the least.
I can tell you that's going to be very interesting to watch.
Yep.
Got a break. Coming up, we'll speak with Utica Fire Chief Scott Ingersoll on WIBX.
Feeling the winter blues? Warm up with us at Fit Body Boot Camp. Hey, it's Lisa, and I'm here to tell you that 2025 is the year to step into the best version of you. But what does that mean? That means feeling stronger, having more energy, and building more confidence. My incredible team and I will be with you every step of the way. And guess what? You can come in for free. That's right, 3 free on me with no commitment. Come see us and let's make this your best year yet at Fit Body Boot Camp in Whitesboro and Clinton.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Hey, if you have ugly yellow toe fungus, you gotta hear about the secret 2-minute trick that I found for my husband. It works from both the inside and the outside. Thousands of people are using it to get rid of their toe fungus. You can check it out at crystalflush.com. Jake started off with a small spot on his big toe, and then it spread and got really bad. His toes were nasty. It was so embarrassing. He was afraid to take his socks off. He hid his yellow and crumbly toes from everyone. He tried everything to get rid of it. Nothing helped. And then we found crystalflush.com. It was the only thing that worked. In just a few weeks, his toes looked amazing. He's now walking around barefoot again. You guys need to try this. I'm telling you, this stuff is different. It's not sold in stores, but go check it out at crystalflush.com. They'll even let you try it risk-free, so you have nothing to lose. But whatever you do, don't let it get worse. You don't have to live with this anymore. Go check it out now. Just click over to crystalflush.com.
This is Keeler in the Morning. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
All right, so I have Gary on the line right now, who has some personal stories on these fires out in L.A. Gary, good morning. What do you have?
Good morning, Bill. My niece was 2 miles away from where the fires were, and she's got 2 little kids. This is my sister, was on the phone with her when I called her yesterday, my sister.
Wow.
And she said 2 miles away, and thank God those Santa Ana winds are nasty.
I know.
They can turn them any time.
Yep.
So she said they turned, and thank God. There were all her neighbors, it's just devastating. So she started crying, and she was so devastated.
Yeah, it's just terrible. And you know what is interesting? It shows you about these, Mother Nature does not discriminate. You could be lower middle class. You could be, you could be the richest person on the planet, and it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't really. Life is very precious, so Bill, you know that. So,
Yep. There's no doubt. Well, I'm sorry to actually, the positive is she's safe, and it looks like her property's safe. But more wind is supposed to be coming this week, so they'll be keeping an eye on that.
For her and her kids, and her husband.
Absolutely. Okay, Gary, we'll be thinking about that.
You have a good day now. Okay,
right.
God bless.
You do the same. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. So this is an article from the New York Post. Palisades fire likely started near the remnants of a blaze believed to have been sparked by a New Year's Eve firework. Palisades.
I'm wondering, what are you doing? It hasn't. You've only received under 30% of your expected rainfall for the entire year. Under 30% of what you would normally get.
Why would you set fireworks?
Why are you setting off fireworks?
Well, and again, some of the people, they do their own fireworks. But if it was not a private legal event,
that's probably what this was.
Then that person should be held as just as equally responsible.
On the line right now is Utica Fire Chief Scott Ingersoll. Scott, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
So, you guys have seen a lot of different types of fires, a lot of things that you've had to deal with. I don't know, have we ever seen anything like this with so much devastation caused by fire?
No, absolutely not. It's beyond it's certainly beyond my level of comprehension.
Yeah.
And to just, if you look at even the Eaton fire, the Eaton fire in square mileage is bigger than the city of Utica.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you look at Los Angeles County in general, it's bigger than the states of Rhode Island and Delaware combined. And to see the size of the fires that are burning within that county and obviously within the city of Los Angeles is astounding.
Talk about what's fueling this thing. Obviously, the wind, and I've been to Southern California before, obviously when there was not any fire, but the winds are strong even when regardless of the temperature. So talk about how the wind is impacting this fire from a growth and movement
standpoint. Winds that are coming up to nearly 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, and when we have wind events here, we deal with wind events and 40 to 50 mile an hour, and we have a lot of problems with that. So when you factor in an active fire, an extremely dry area, right, that has not received, I believe since October they've received 0.04 inches of precipitation. Everything is dry.
Yeah.
And, the Santa Ana winds, when they start in December and they run through the wintertime, it's just a perfect storm for fire growth and rapid fire growth. And you factor in the way that the homes there are built. They're pretty close together.
Yep.
They're all built with combustible materials. They're all legacy homes. They've been there for a while. And it truly creates a perfect storm for fire growth.
Now, when they're talking about containment now, you hear about it all the time. Obviously, we know what the definition of the word containment means, but from a fire fighting standpoint, is that containing it to one area so that they can effectively battle the blaze without any further spreading, or is containment extinguishing the fire?
No, so it's definitely not extinguishment. The containment is that they're still working on building and establishing fire lines. They have a pretty robust logging crews there, and they're using bulldozers to create bigger fire lines. They're probably setting some backfires as well. Obviously it's really out of my area of expertise, but the fire growth. It's strange when you look at the maps and you see where it hits and where it doesn't hit. It's really, there's luck factored into it. Obviously, there's building construction factors, and a lot of times the topography is against them. So, where the fire seems to be growing now, it's more towards the mountainous, unoccupied areas.
Yep.
At least for the Palisades fire. But eventually, it's probably going to take months to get everything under control out there.
Wow, that's really just unbelievable. And there are more winds expected this week, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I did see that. They have a critical fire hazard warning again coming up into effect, I believe, tomorrow, running through Thursday. And their ability to manage this incident is definitely being taxed right now. And
I saw these planes that they have. I think they call them scoop or bucket planes that actually they go down, almost look like they're landing on the surface of the ocean, and the bucket basically opens up. It collects water, and then they fly back up and they dump it, and they just keep.
That's a badass pilot.
That is a pretty cool,
absolutely
device.
There's been some, obviously we're all watching this footage and we're all stunned watching it. But boy, have we seen some incredible things that these firefighters have done, and responders, these pilots that are working the fires. It's been impressive. And obviously my heart goes out to the people that have been impacted by that, because it is. It's stunning to see the amount of devastation that's going on out there right now.
Well, and it's some of the things that the firefighters have done. Oftentimes, when they have the time to do it, they're going in and for instance, there was one video of firefighters taking a grandfather clock out of a house, and they were just putting it outside, right on the sidewalk, basically saying, we're just trying to leave these families with some memento before everything burns to ash in their home.
Yeah, and there's literally, I mean, we have seen it countless videos, just people being chased out of their neighborhoods by a wall of fire. I mean, the desperation that you have to feel when you have to get out of your vehicle and start running for your life is.
I can't imagine.
There.
Well,
I can't imagine that either.
And you mentioned the aging inventory of the homes. A lot of these homes are older, so you got to think of what materials were used to construct these homes. That's got to put some toxins into the air.
Yeah.
They have to really, I think, when they do the rebuild, everything will be built likely to a modern code to hopefully help prevent.
Just imagine the insurance nightmare that they're going to be dealing with. Also, Mike this morning saying. Last night in the news, they were talking about looters who were dressing up as firefighters to get into some of these houses to be able to steal stuff. With any of these stories, horrible people seem to find opportunity. It's just terrible.
Yeah. I read that same story, and it's just I can't quite comprehend. But there's always somebody out there that's willing to take advantage of somebody's disadvantage.
And if I could, just before we let you go, get a on the record on this issue of air quality in Utica. I'm sure you've been getting calls on this, but on Friday it was showing air quality to be dangerous in the Utica area. Over the weekend it seemed to subside. Then we came in this morning with the same alerts. And this time, it wasn't just on the cell phones, but it was also on the website, which is airnow.gov. Although right now it's showing that we're moderate at 53. We're being told that this is a glitch and people should not be worried about it.
Yeah, that's, I read the same article. I couldn't quite pin anything down with why we're getting air quality warning alerts, because it's just our area. It's not throughout New York State. So I think, I think I'd have to agree that they're probably got a glitch in the system right now.
Yeah.
But
it is odd that it's showing that it's only the Utica area.
Yes, yeah. So I don't know what the deal is with that. But my ability to investigate that is kind of limited.
Yeah, I understood. Okay, Chief Scott Ingersoll, we appreciate the time. Thank you so much.
Yeah, have a great day.
All right.
All right, Chief.
Day.
Thank you.
Pretty amazing. And when we look at the way we fight fires here, and then you're looking at the equipment they're using and how they're fighting these, and that it's so large that their ability to fight this is so limited. It's just really
it is. You'd
nothing
have
but devastation.
Different elements of different regions of the country geographically has to deal with different challenges.
I mean, these fire trucks are driving around looking for hotspot areas, and they just stop the vehicle, get out, and start hosing it down.
And that's the tough part about some of those mountainous areas of California. How do you get a vehicle of any kind up there?
We'll wrap all this up here and send you off to Kilmeade. Coming up at WIBX.
Whitesboro Central School District is looking for bus drivers to join their team now. Whitesboro is a leading school system in central New York with 7 schools, 3,100 students, and a 92% graduation rate. You can help drive our students' success. When you drive for Whitesboro, you get pay that's based on your experience, great benefits, a flexible schedule, and summers off. Call Andy at 315-768-9740 or stop by the garage, 20 Wood Road, Whitesboro.
Every once in a while, something that sounds too good to be true is actually, in fact, true. How would you like up to $4,000 of free windows? And when I say $4,000 of free windows, I mean $4,000 of free windows. No gimmicks or games. You don't have to buy $4,000 to get $4,000 free. You just get up to $4,000 of free windows through Patriot Home Solutions and NYSERDA. Of course, some restrictions apply, but none of these restrictions are income-based, and you don't have to sit through a long, drawn-out sales presentation. Give Patriot a call at 315-401-0440, and they can quickly tell you over the phone if you qualify or how you can get qualified. That's 315-401-0440. These aren't any windows. They're high-quality, custom-fitted windows designed to save energy and keep the cold air out all winter. Your window solution is Patriot Home Solutions. Online at patriothomesolutions.com.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Hey, I want to tell you about New York Sash. And right now there are a couple things that are going on. You can sign up for their $25,000 home improvement giveaway. Coming up next month, we'll be doing the big home show at Nexus. And that's where they'll actually draw for this. You could win, no purchase necessary to sign up, $25,000 in home improvement products. And going on right now is the New York Sash Buy 2, Get 1 Free window sale. Buy 2 New York Sash brand windows, get 1 free. Pretty simple. Buy 2, get 1 free. Buy 4, get 2 free. Buy 10, get 5 free. It is their biggest sale of the year. It's the perfect time to schedule windows for your home. And we love these windows. It makes it just makes it aesthetically, it adds so much to your home. It adds value to your home. Also saves you on your energy bill, and they last and they are guaranteed, period. Reach out to New York Sash today. Take advantage of Buy 2, Get 1 free, 315-624-7344 at New York Sash.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, so tonight, let's see, there's one more NFL game, right? This is the LA game.
No, yes, it is. The Rams.
Yeah. And
Rams and Vikings from
the
Arizona.
Minnesota Vikings being played in Arizona, moved there because of the fires. And then everything will be set. There'll be 2 games Saturday, 2 games Sunday, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
But what's good is
4:30 and 8 on Saturday, 3 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, and 6:30 the Bills.
6:30 the Bills
on
play.
CBS.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
Fox.
gonna
it won't be too late.
It's ESPN,
that's true.
Fox, NBC, CBS.
That's going to be an enormous Bills and Baltimore. That's going to be an enormous game.
That's going to be on CBS?
Yeah.
Well, that'll be their make good for the NFL, kind of screwing CBS this year with putting a lot of games on Netflix and other streaming platforms. I know that was a big topic of conversation this football season.
So Tony Romo and Jim Nantz were on the call yesterday. It was Jim Nantz's 500th NFL game, the Bills and Broncos game of football. And then when they were wrapping up, Romo goes to Nantz. Well, Jim, I guess I'll see you here next Sunday. Same time, same place, but not a different. He didn't know the exact time.
Right. Well, I do like Romo, but sometimes I think he talks too much.
Yeah.
There's too much. But I do.
I detest. I finally, not that I was really on the fence too much, but I really do dislike Tom Brady in the booth.
I'd rather have Greg Olson with Kevin Burkhardt.
I love the Eagles.
I didn't think Tom Brady was going to be that good, and I think he's better than I thought he was going to be, but I feel kind of the same way.
Yeah,
I'm hearing
shows
this will be
favorite.
his last year.
Yeah, I think he's going to focus on the
move
ownership
on and do
thing.
something else. Yeah, a lot of talk lately about President-elect Donald Trump's desire to bring Greenland into the control of the United States. Whether or not that's going to actually happen is up for debate, but there are those there that are welcoming it.
Like the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Open to talks.
But in the meantime, there's plenty you might not know about Greenland. Do you want to learn a little bit about Greenland?
Yeah, one of the things is Greenland is full of ice and Iceland is full of green.
That is true.
Yeah.
It's the world's least densely populated place, as it is home to less than 60,000 people.
Wow. So we have more people in Utica than...
Yeah, just a little bit more, but yeah. 80% of the land is covered by ice. It's considered part of North America. The coastlines are fraught with hundreds of fjords, Fjords. Its first European settlement was founded by Eric the Red. Remember him?
But he liked green.
Yeah.
So it's not Redland?
From May to, I'm surprised it isn't. From May to July, the summer sun does not set. So the sun rises in May, and it does not set again until July.
Wow. So that could mess with people's sleep patterns, but it's better to have the sun than darkness, I guess.
However, this time of year, the sun doesn't rise in Greenland.
Oh, boy.
From October until February, it is dark. Humans didn't show up in Greenland until around 4,500 years ago. In some areas, it's illegal to import dogs in Greenland.
Okay.
I don't know why. Greenland is ground zero for research on climate change. And since the Cold War, Greenland has played a key role in defense strategy. And as the ice continues to melt, channels are opening up, and it's becoming a more strategic area for defense and potential offense in the world than ever before. So there are your reasons why we're paying attention. But less than 60,000 people live on Greenland, in Greenland, on
Beautiful.
Greenland.
Bring them in.
So
welcome them in.
There you go. You can walk away and say, I learned a little something today. Or you may walk away and say, I already knew all that crap. I knew that. You're just telling me what I already know. We have news coming up next. Andrew will give you an update as well as Fox News, followed by Kilmeade on WIBX.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
More homes could burn down in the Los Angeles area. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
It's real. We didn't think this could ever happen
to us.
Vicki Collison lost everything. Tells Fox for all the others in wildfire danger.
Have the boxes with the evacuation items like pictures and family heirlooms.
And this is not what LA needs.
We have wind gusts in excess of 50, even 70 miles per hour coming later this afternoon, tonight, and into tomorrow. That's going to be a huge concern.
Fox meteorologist Anna Steen, wind could whip up the flames and spread 3 wildfires still burning even more. 2 of them are barely contained.
The death toll at least 24. Tragically, that's expected to rise. But here along Malibu, you can see structure after structure, homes, businesses for miles of the iconic Pacific Coast Highway in Malibu simply gone. Nothing but a charred, burned out, destroyed landscape.
There's progress reported in talks trying to work out a ceasefire in Gaza between Israel and Hamas. President Biden talked to Israel's prime minister yesterday. He also talked to the relatives of 3 Americans detained in Afghanistan who might be freed in a prisoner swap being negotiated with the Taliban, though she's more encouraged by what the incoming Trump national security advisor told her than her brief call with President Biden.
I absolutely believe they will bring Ryan home.
Anna Corbett's husband's been held by the Taliban for 886 days, and she tells Fox
His conditions are not livable. He is physically declining. He told me on a call that I would not recognize him.
The deal would swap Corbett and 2 others for a terror suspect the U.S. has imprisoned at Guantanamo. 3 police officers shot early this morning in Washington, D.C.
Thankfully, all of our officers are in stable condition. They're talking, and we're so grateful that they survived this.
D.C. Police Chief Pamela Smith, the same cannot be said for the gunman who opened fire on them. The officer shot back, and he's dead. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their 2nd month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not.